Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Game of the Week. We have the Mepham Pirates versus the Long Beach Marines. I'm Jake Mano.
And I'm Ryan Marr.
And it's shaping up to be a great one here at Mepham. It's going to be a close matchup, and I think we know that from the start. I mean, they're both 4-1. They're both very great teams, and I think really this goes without saying, this may be for the 2 seed in the conference.
It might as well be. You know, Long Beach is in 3rd, and Mepham is in 2nd, and that is going to be huge. This is going to be a great game.
Well, I think Long Beach really has Mepham at probably the perfect time. I mean, their morale might be a little bit low after kind of the really just tough defeat by Garden City, as they really thought this was their year, and so did a lot of the students here at Mepham. I mean, just having that really just leader here at quarterback in Dom Novello, they thought it was really the spark that they needed.
Well, that's it from us. That's our little pregame show, and we're going to throw it down to the sportscasters in the booth.
Thanks, Jake. Thanks, Ryan. Don't worry, we'll be seeing plenty of them. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the BMB Game of the Week. I'm Matt Mano.
Special team spectrum, and you know, as what we said with Anthony DeSalvo, he's a player that can play on offense and defense. And Jack Miller was the guy who actually got the kick there, and we suspected it to be Luke Hartman.
Yes, great job by Miller. Had the ball deferred to him by Hartman, and he was able to field it on a hop. And here we get a look at Jeff Conway and Long Beach's offense getting set for first down. And they get a first play, and it's almost intercepted. No, it's caught. Maybe dropped. It looks like it's going to be a catch. It is a completed pass to Jack Scarron. So already, Long Beach offense getting a little bit of a break here as we take a look at Long Beach's offense. Second down and 7 now. Second down and 5 for Long Beach. Jeff Conway, the QB for the Marines. With C.J. Merchant in the backfield. Conway looks like he's getting swallowed up. Steps up. Throws incomplete. It's Luke Hartman, the intended receiver.
And Hartman's already looking like a target already. We see Jack Scarron. He gets the first reception of the game, which won't be a surprise. He'll be a target today for sure on the tight end position, but he's also a defensive player too. He's a linebacker. He's basically almost the stem of this team for Long Beach. You know, Jack Scarron is a really good player. He's a hard tackler, and he's one of the players that Mepham has to watch out for today.
And this is a huge play for the Marines. It's Jeff Conway on 3rd and 5 now for Long Beach. Conway looks to throw. Pressure already. Brendan Toomey coming. Norris coming. And he's going to force it away. Chris Norris and Brendan Toomey forcing a 3-and-out for the Pirates.
Well, Norris there again escapes out, you know, right there. And Conway gets out of the pocket instantly. Tries to look down the field. Almost saw, you know, number 3, Shaquille Johnson, who will be a huge player today for this Long Beach side. And couldn't beat his man.
Sorry, Finn. Already, it looks like it's going to be Stephen Mulqueen. Now, Finn, do you remember what happened the last time Stephen Mulqueen was kicked to in a BMB Game of the Week? Do you remember what he did?
And he get an interception?
No, he took it all the way to the house on the opening kickoff, and it looks like Conway is going to be your punter for the Marines. If he even does that, because it could be a fake. No, it's going to be a short kick to the near side. Mulqueen takes it at the 48, runs left, now reverses field. Stephen Mulqueen, can he do it again? No, he's hit hard by the Marines. Looks like that was Cole Fabris, and the Pirates still will have great field position, setting up on the 36-yard line.
Looked like Mulqueen got a good 12 yards there. Almost escapes going into the right side, but again, Long Beach get all over him right in the end, as you can see. And, you know, now Dom Novello comes on the field. Big time player. And, you know, we know all too well about Dom Novello.
Yep, I feel like there's never enough to say about Dom Novello, even though it feels like we could say anything that there's possibly to say. Anything about good character and also being a really good football player is how you describe Dom Novello. And we saw them working on this play. It's Nicky Sedita running to the near side. He takes it for a gain of 1 to the 35-yard line.
Well,
So-
Sedita will be a huge player in today.
Yep, and Finn, let's try this again. If we could take a look at the Mepham Pirate offensive starters.
Dom Novello, number 2.
Stephen Mulqueen, number 8.
I'm Daniel Malloy, and I'm number 9.
Dylan Dunn, number 1.
Chris Norris, number 6.
The Nikki Sedita, number 26.
Dylan Hunterkamp, number 60.
Brendan Toomey, number 55.
Kieran Roth, number 57.
Aiden Donlevy, number 68.
Kevin Perry, number 77.
So the Nikki Sedita goes nowhere on that second down run, forced for a loss. It'll be 3rd and 10 with the clock running, getting under 9:40 for the Pirates. And somebody we really haven't talked about a lot is Nick Walker. You'll see him number 34 lined up in the slot right now. We'll talk a little bit more about Nick Walker as the game goes on, but just know he has an incredible story. Here's Novello on the keeper, and he's going nowhere. Now this is the decision for the Pirates now on 4th down.
You just see Novello again there. He tries to just escape. A little QB sneak play that you would use on maybe 4 yards away, but they're on a 3rd and 10. It was a risky play for Moody to run, but you know what? They decided to do it.
Coach Moody knows Dom Novello's rushing abilities, and now it's going to be 4th down and 8 for the Pirates.
Try and get a false start there.
And we have, looks like we might have had some movement up front.
Looked like 22 and 52 on the right side.
We might have a
Almost
flag on the
false
play.
started, but it looked like 22.
It is a flag on the play. It'll be a false start. It'll be a false start on Jack Miller. It'll move the Pirates up. It'll now be 4th and 3, and now this is where you use Dom Novello's rushing ability.
Well, Jack Miller, it's surprising there that, he goes on false start. He's a linebacker on the right side, and you would think maybe 52 gets it, but Jack Miller gets it, the guy who actually received the first kickoff.
Yep, and now we have a substitution. Chris Norris dropping into the backfield. Dominic Inzarilla, and have a look at this. Look at the speed in the backfield for the Pirates. Inzarilla and Norris. Crowd getting loud now, 4th down. Novello takes the snap, runs right. Looks like he's going to get there. He does, 1st down.
Huge play for Novello there again. As you see, it's almost like a QB stretch, what a HB stretch would be. Goes down the right side, sees when to dive in, and then he dives in for a 1st down. Unbelievable play for Novello.
Absolutely, the 2-time.
He cuts right away, tries to get that ball and maybe go up the field for a good 7 yards or so. He can't get it that time, but he'll be a target for today for sure.
This is now 2nd down and 10 following the incompletion. Novello, now he's got Mulqueen. They set up the screen, and he's almost able to break a tackle, of one Marine, and then he was swallowed up by the other. Jeff Conway, the quarterback, making that tackle.
On a WR screen, it's unbelievable as, they get a few yards there. And I got to say,
3rd and 5 now. You got to say, the quarterback
really
as a 2-way starter, incredible. Now, again, look at the speed in the backfield. Inzarella is going to be lined up
and
possibly
Thier.
In the slot. And Thier, not Ryan Thier. He'll only be playing defense today. It's Nick Walker subbing him in as your big-bodied running back. They're going to run that same play at 4th down. It might look like it's blown up, but here goes Dom Novello. Dominic Novello all the way to the house. Touchdown, Pirates.
Well, Novello, and that's what they were going for earlier. It's about an 18-yard rushing touchdown for Novello. It works really well. They get Nick Walker on the field, and he blocks a few players there. That's one of the big baseball players in the Mepham program. But my God, he's a big body, and Dominic Novello gets his rushing touchdown that he wanted today.
Yes, let's take a look at that. Novello with an excellent run, and that one almost looked like it was blown up in the backfield. Long Beach was there. It was blown up almost immediately, and Dom Novello, the escapability of the QB. That starting nose tackle, Ronald Washington, for Long Beach. It's going to be called back. An exceptional run from Dom Novello, negated on a penalty.
Maybe a false start for the offense.
No,
look back at that one.
No, it was a hold.
It was a hold, yeah.
A hold.
It could have been Nick Walker.
It might have been Nick Walker.
Nick
Walker looked like he sealed the edge.
Yeah.
did a little too much, got a little too ambitious, so Novello's going to look to throw. He's got Mulqueen. Mulqueen's there, makes a move, breaks a tackle, another juke, and he's in. Wait for the signal. No, he's down at the 1. But still, Stephen Mulqueen, making up for the absence of Cuccinella, almost took that one to the house. An incredible play by Mulqueen.
It's a really easy in route for Mulqueen there. And, he beats his DB to it. Almost looked like a forced fumble there, but he was down way before that ball gets out of there.
That looks like he was down at the half-yard line. And remember when I said Ryan Thier's only playing defense? Maybe that was a huge smokescreen, because there he is, lining up as your halfback. It looks like Norris is going to be your fullback. Triple back set, and Novello takes it in.
Touchdown, Novello.
Looks like it'll be a touchdown for the Pirates. Dom Novello gets his well-deserved rushing touchdown.
Well, he deserved it on his 18-yard run 2 plays ago, but you know what? He'll take it. It's an easy QB draw that they're going to sneak in. Dom Novello is built of all muscle. This guy's going to get in 2 yards away. It's an easy dive for the quarterback for Mepham.
And now, Gianmarco Priola on to kick the extra point for the Pirates. And Priola, I hope the Mano curse doesn't strike. He's perfect on extra points all season, and if I'm not mistaken, 13 for 13, and that one on a windy day is perfect.
Kick is good.
Yeah, Gianmarco, there you're just going to see it. Perfect on extra points this season. He's had a few hiccups on the field goals, but extra points, he is perfect. Yeah, I know one game he had 5 for 5, so this guy has what it takes.
And you, as a Mepham soccer player, have also shared the pitch with Gianmarco. He was a 2-sport athlete throughout the season, decided to commit to football for the rest of the season. So it looks like he was trying out both sports that he played for a long time, and has finally made his decision.
Yeah, well, he's he is newer to the football field, but look, let me tell you this: he's a 6'4" kicker, so he can take a tackle. Playing with John, that's what they were saying earlier with Moody. Could he move Gianmarco to a place that almost looks like a tackle scene? He's 6'4", Mano.
He's huge.
He's huge. Huge player.
When
he was on that soccer field, it just didn't fit right.
I wish I was
being
that tall.
6'4", it's unbelievable. He is. He was one of the biggest players on our soccer team, being 6'4", always in the team photos, having to be always
taller than everybody else. But speaking of Gianmarco, it's very windy here at Mepham High School. You can see the flags blowing, and the ball fell off his kicking tee. So now he's got to take his steps all over again as Hartman gets set to receive for Long Beach. 7-0 Pirates. The kick is away. And that one with the wind, it'll be a touchback. You don't see that a lot in high school football, do you?
But again, you're looking every time. Jack Miller's looking to receive this ball on the kicks. And it's like, they're setting up Hartman to get the ball. And then out of nowhere, he just drifts to the right. And it's Jack Miller. They're giving it to the guy who's basically, kind of like a timely running back on this team. Got to give it to them.
Yeah, so once again, Jeff Conway, he's a two-way starter on the field, and this man can throw. He's got a cannon. I would honestly go as far as say he has a bigger arm than Novello. Accuracy-wise, maybe not, but he absolutely has a cannon, can chuck it 50 yards down the field as he gets set with the bunch formation on first down. He looks to throw, and it's completed to Luke Hartman on first down. And now, once again, let's try this again, Finn. Let's get set to take a look at Long Beach's offensive starters.
Jeff Conway, number 7.
Luke Hartman, number 9.
Chip Bieri, number 13.
Jack Scarron, 44.
CJ Merchant, number 5.
Jack Miller, number 22.
Nico Ganis, number.
For me, he's one of those type of quarterbacks that looks like he could take a hit, and he can. This is a guy who's doesn't look like he's scared to get hit. Again, Mano told me before the game he had tons of rushing yards versus JFK in their win, 48-32 last week. And now they're against another team in the Bellmore High School district of Mepham, but I got to say, I don't know if Conway's going to get rushing yards this game.
Yeah.
This is a big Mepham defense.
Yeah, this defense, they're huge. With homecoming court nominee Hunter Keegan anchoring them at linebacker, and Norris gets free. They're able to get the screen to scare it. Sofield's able to get it to the 25, but no further.
And you look at Hayden Sofield. He's a big guy. He has 8 receptions on the year, but Sofield is a tight end. He just slips right out. It's almost like he, set down to be a tackle out of nowhere. He releases out of the O-line roll, and then he's looking to be targeted for about, maybe an 8-yard gain or so.
And I got to tell you, man, Coach Moody has got to be impressed with his defensive line after getting next to no pressure all year. Chris Norris in this front is making all sorts of plays, and there is Tom Minzarella, the fastest man in Mepham, taking it all the way. His first varsity touchdown is a pick 6.
And that's maybe a receiver, and that kind of, it's such an unfortunate play. But Inzarella out of nowhere gets that ball. It's the reaction speed for Inzarella that really gets, I think, the whole Mepham Pirates fans.
And I will tell you why he has that level of reaction speed, that level of quickness. This man is normally the nickelback, but he has earned himself more playing time in spite of recent injuries. And Inzarella is the fastest man in all of Mepham High School, and quite possibly could be one of, if not the fastest high schoolers on Long Island. He has went to state qualifiers, which is for track and field, and ran an 11:39 in the 100 meters, and almost missed out on states by 300th of a second. If you get Dom in the open field, he is gone, and you are not going to catch him,
And
even with the perfect angle.
Looking at the clock here. All right, yeah, they're going to let it running. But no, you look again at the play, and you say, Jeff Conway, look, he looks up here, and he has a double-covered receiver. I mean, Inzarella was there with another DB covering that wide receiver. Now, that wide receiver was open, but it, just lost against Garden City. They want revenge on any team they're going to verse. They are a team to really look out for in their conference.
This is what you call for Long Beach a program game. You go in and beat one of the powerhouses of Conference 2 football. Yeah. If you go in to their homecoming game, no less, and beat the Mepham Pirates, that's huge for your program. You'll get more guys coming out next year. You'll get more guys coming out next year. That would change the whole trajectory of your season and your program. And now the Mepham Pirates have taken all that momentum that Long Beach has had going into this game and shut it down, it seems like. 8 minutes into the game, they've already got 14 points, courtesy of number 14.
Yeah. And, again, Inzarella being a huge part of this team. You can be on the offense side. That's what we saw the play before. And he's a huge player on the defensive side as he gets a huge pick 6 in such a big game for the 2 4-1 powerhouses in their conference.
Yeah, and Long Beach, they've been playing really well so far, but it's been all Mepham today. I mean, their offense has been proven to be one of the best in the county, especially through the air. And right now, it hasn't really materialized. But one of the things
there's a flag on the field.
There's a flag on. Yeah, he almost blew that kickoff dead. But one of the things that Jeff Conway really needs to do, get number 44 involved, get Jack Scarron involved, and if you can't get him, it looked like Sofield was getting open all the time. You had a little bit of a mismatch against Mike Edelson, who's a little bit on the shorter side, and Sofield's over 6 foot. So that could be a matchup you want to take advantage of, because Scarron has been marked by Dom Novello all game.
Yeah.
Sofield and Edelson is going to be a huge tipping point, and right now Edelson's winning the battle, but Sofield very well could win the war with his athleticism and even on defense, like Sofield or Shaquille Johnson, any of these guys, any of these unsung heroes of this Long Beach offense can very easily step up against these Mepham Pirates.
Well, you're totally right, and they have 2 players in their offense that are kind of like 2 tight ends. They're big guys. Sofield and Scarron are huge guys. And Shaq Johnson is going to be looked at as another target today as well. Him being huge, he has height and speed to his game. So, he's a huge wide receiver, and, he's WR1 for them. It's a huge play. They have a huge 3 players, but I have to agree, if they can look at Scarron more, that's where to look at.
So this one's going to go to Luke Hartman and here goes DeSalvo making a run for it. He gets blocked, and he gets swallowed up by Stephen Mulqueen, the special teams standout for the Pirates. He plays on offense, of course, but his his talents in the conference. So yeah, that's what they do. They go to CJ Merchant, 4 yards on the carry. And now let's take a look at this defense. Their starters have already made a big impact today.
Chris Norris, number 6.
Vincent Galante, number 65.
Brendan Toomey, number 55.
Timmy Hars, number 50.
Dom Novello, number 2.
Ryan Thier, number 32.
Hunter Keegan, number 7.
Dominic Inzarella, number 14. Mike Wilson, number 18.
Stephen Mulqueen, number 8.
Devin Green, number 24.
So there it is, airing it out. Finn, you said it. Shaq Johnson.
That's where they're going to look. Shaq Johnson's right in the middle of the field, and he's open. He looks up the field, runs a vertical, and it's a great play for Shaq Johnson. Runs right up the midfield, and it's an easy play for Jeff Conway to say, yep, I'm going to throw to him. And he's open. Perfect play for Long Beach.
He beat Mulqueen. Edelson had great coverage over on Sofield, and that's what Edelson's doing great after not exactly his best game last week against Garden City. But here is Shaquille Johnson. Looked like he was all alone. He had one-on-one. Not really sure why they took advantage of it. But CJ Merchant, as he would rather be known, takes it for an 8-yard gain on first down.
Well, now you look at CJ Merchant, and you were right, Mano. They got to idolize him more. And they have, and that's a huge gain, as now they're in the Pirates' midfield. And now you look at, now he's out, but look, I think now Long Beach is going to look to throw the ball here.
Yeah, Jack Miller in the backfield, probably indicating a pass here from Conway. And it will be an option play. Thier is there, and that'll be a tackle for loss. Ryan Thier a little banged up, but it doesn't matter as he makes a huge stop. It'll make it 3rd and 8. Thier causing an explosion in the backfield, a loss of 4.
Well, Long Beach tried play action pass, as you just said there, Mano, and it really just doesn't work out. You're going to see that Mepham defense just eat it up right away as they slide to the left, and there's about 4 or 5 just defenders already on Jack Miller, and it's game over.
Looks like Novello is still on Scarin, as we've said throughout the entire game. Now this is 3rd down. It's Conway facing pressure, and he misses the throw. That was Jack Miller for a gain of what looked to be 20, and that's one you cannot miss. You know Conway wants that one back.
Yeah, well, Devin Green had great coverage there. You're going to look back at that again. Jack Miller, I just don't know why they would throw the ball to him there. Devin Green just had great coverage. It almost looked like a Jeff Conway just, almost threw it away in the end.
It looked like that play was honestly designed as a screen pass to him, even though it was not even behind the line of scrimmage. It looked like just a design play that was either going to Jack Miller or was going to nobody, and Conway was just going to tuck it and run. So now Long Beach with the decision to make on the 40-yard line in Mepham, and they're going to punt.
Yep, and Jeff Conway again, their quarterback. We saw this a few times with Dom Novello.
Conway with the big kick, and Mulqueen's going to let it go. And it's covered by the Marines. Wyatt Katzen covers it, and it looks like covered it almost as if he thought Mepham touched the ball, but nobody did. Mepham will take over on the offensive side of the ball.
It was not a bad punt. It kind of just goes back, and then one Long Beach defender looked like he almost got it, and he kind of just hit it the other way. Pretty unfortunate in the end. But look, they have Mepham on their 20 here.
Good
so
field
it wasn't
position.
it was not bad for Long Beach.
And Mepham is a team built on momentum. They're a very good offense, a very good defense, but they build off each other's momentum. And having this field position, I have yet to see Mepham put together a really long 80-plus yard drive that ends in 6. And Mepham has a chance to do that right now. But this is going to be a real test for Dom Novello going up against one of the best teams in their conference. There's a very high likelihood that come playoff season, they could be seeing Long Beach again. So this is going to be a huge test. Obviously not with the homecoming festivities involved, but still, this is a great chance to see some playoff competition, some playoff-like football, and Mepham is handling the test with ease.
There you go, man. The new guy getting a tackle in there, Rafael Amonte, and, kind of just got brought up from the JV only 2 weeks ago. Runs up right up the middle, and honestly, that was not a great showcase for the Mepham Pirates O-line, but Almonte does get a tackle on Novello.
That's a great point. They really have, and Mepham's rushing offense without Thier has been less dynamic. They don't have the options that they do with Thier. As this one's to Danny Malloy, makes a cut and he takes it short of the first down to, it looks like, the 28-yard line.
Yeah, Malloy there making a huge play, and kind of looked like an out route going into an in route. It's a good route that he ran as he runs up right on the right side of the field. It's a good play from him, and Malloy gets open, only for probably a few yards there.
So now
their big target or their goal is going to have to be, how do we stop Novello on his rushing game? I mean, Novello's running up the field, finding at least 5 yards every time, and that's what's getting Mepham to move the chains every time to be a first down.
And that wasn't exactly the best of vision from Novello either. That was just Dom Novello doing Dom Novello things. It looks like that A-gap was plugged up on the right side. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. Mepham leads 14-0. A great first quarter for the Pirates. You can see the Marines and Jack Miller showing some frustration. It's the end of the first quarter for the Mepham Pirates. They lead. And as we flip the field, what do you think Long Beach needs to do to get back in this game?
Well, almost, I kind of just said it. Defensively, how do you stop Novello? That question comes up in my head right away. Secondly, can we use CJ Merchant more? That's another thing that comes to my mind. I mean, look, he has not done bad in his last 2 plays. It's plus yards every time. And I got to say, CJ Merchant has to be used a bit more. That also being said, you said earlier, Mano, that, you look at guys like Jack Scarron, Hayden Sofield. They're being covered now. Shaquille Johnson, is now kind of a guy to look at more. And that's especially after the 23 or 25-yard reception that he had on a vertical route that, Jeff Conway threw the ball to. So Jeff Conway is honestly looking a lot better going into the second quarter. And now I look at it and I say, Shaquille Johnson, use him more, and CJ Merchant.
And speaking of Long Beach, their defense has been getting kind of pushed around by Dom Novello and these Pirates. Let's take a look at the starters and then talk a little bit about how they can get a little bit, turn a new leaf in the second quarter. So let's take a look at Long Beach's defensive starters.
Tucker Bogacki, number 50.
John Silfield, number 61.
Ron Washington, number 70.
CJ Merchant, number 5.
Jeff Conway, number 7.
Jack Miller, number 22.
Jack Scarron, 44.
Chip Bieri, number 13.
Luke Hartman, number 9.
Hayden Silfield, 15.
So it seems like every time we cut to one of those player intros, somebody gets a big play, whether it's Long Beach or Mepham. There's Chris Norris taking a hard hit low. And that'll be it. And that'll pick up a first down for the Mepham Pirates. And before we get back to the game, I just want to shout out Liam Osborne, who helped me create these videos. Liam has been excellent with motion graphics on Adobe After Effects all year with BMB. And as we take a look at this replay, Norris just goes right through the B gap, takes a hard hit from, it looked like Scarron. And on first down, a run back to him goes nowhere. So it'll be second down and 10. But once again, thanks to Liam Osborne for helping us get these videos up and running.
And you look at Chris Norris on those last 2 plays. First play works out a lot. They're idolizing him a lot this year as a running back. And at least as I've seen in the last 2 plays. I mean, look, that's a good gain. The first play, the last play, it kind of looks good on the Long Beach defensive side.
So now on second down, Novello rolls to his left, throws on the run, almost caught by Dom Inzarella. Mepham wanting PI. They don't get it. It's going to be a third down for the Mepham Pirates, and Dom Inzarella has been excellent for this Mepham Pirates team. It's kind of like an audition for him today.
Chris Norris, he bumps into him. and it was a little mistake from the Pirates there, but as you said, the play was intended to be Novello being a lead blocker for Norris. That's kind of why he bumped into him.
All right, so looks like Mepham Priola is on to punt for the Pirates. And I will say Long Beach with Hartman and Miller are nowhere near deep enough for Priola. This man can kick. A lot of motions. Here's Priola, high snap. And the kick hangs up in the air, and Long Beach is going to get great field position now. And this is now...
You're kind of pumped, but hey, look, it's their only first punt of the game. Got to give it, something to them.
All right, so with just under 10 minutes in the second quarter, and Long Beach needs this drive to go well for them. They can't get too far down, especially during a homecoming game, no less. Long Beach trying to play spoiler. Now here's Conway on first down, Hartman in the backfield. Excuse me, it's Miller in the backfield. They're gonna look to throw. They got a man deep, and they got him! Luke Hartman, it looked like it hit the turf, but they're gonna rule it a catch.
They're gonna move it a catch, and I gotta say, that is surprising because Hartman catches the ball, goes on the ground, but the ball hits the floor.
It looked, at least it looked
did
like
from our vision.
I would love to see that again.
We gotta get a replay on that because me and Mano here we saw Hartman drop that ball.
Well, at least okay, Finn, don't jump to those conclusions. We at least saw a bobble. We don't know if it stayed off the turf for certain, but it definitely was a phenomenal catch nonetheless.
No matter what, though, Hartman, huge play.
Conway scrambling, looking to do something. Norris is there, and that's going to be a sack.
Yeah, that doesn't look like a fumble, but as what we said, if we go back to the last play and it counts, Hartman, we got to give a shout-out to him. And that is a huge, huge catch for Long Beach to get back into this one, and a huge deep threat now the Pirates to look at.
And it's something that we really need to look at just across the board for Mepham. All of their DBs are not necessarily the tallest people in the world. I mean, Inzarella, Edelson, Green, Malloy, none of them are over 6 foot, let alone 5'10". At Long Beach, almost all of their receivers have eclipsed 6 foot. So these jump balls that Jeff Conway's been throwing as he takes the QB draw on second down, but like I was saying, these jump balls over Edelson, over Inzarella, Malloy, Green, any of the that could be a path to success for the Marines.
Yeah, they have those big guys. You you talked about it earlier. They have those two tight ends. Jack Scarron and Hayden Sofield. So you're totally right. And honestly, you look at Luke Hartman now, and I gotta say that guy is looking really good out there. And Conway's feeling comfortable to say, hey, look, I'm looking deep down the field. Hartman can catch that ball.
And Coach Moody, when I talked to him before the game, was speaking the praises of these Long Beach skill positions. Not so much about the offensive line, but this offensive line has been doing great protecting Conway. And Novello, an early hit, and no call for pass interference.
And that's a surprise.
That is a surprise. And you could hear it from the Long Beach side of the field where we are. And it's Merchant. He's got the first down over Mulqueen. Or excuse me, that's Johnson making the play.
Shaquille Johnson again, and that time almost like a vertical route, kind of just an in route that they're using last second there. Huge play. You see Conway gets the ball here, looks down the field, releases it really quickly, and he's against Stephen Mulqueen, Shaquille Johnson. It's a huge play. He comes off that play, and it looks like he's limping a little coming off the field here.
Yeah. Shaq Johnson, and Finn, you've been singing his praises the entire game.
Look, he's been looking really good.
He has been.
He has 2 receptions that are huge now. I'd love to see his stats after the game. They're 2 huge plays, and they're getting Long Beach back into this game.
Red zone opportunity for the Marines. Conway being chased by Norris. Throwing on the run. It's tipped and incomplete. Stephen Mulqueen bounces back after getting one caught over him. Chip Bury, the intended receiver.
Yeah. And there you go. Chip Bury gets his big chance of the game, but I got to say that coverage from the Mepham Pirates there. There's 2 receptions for 40 yards for Shaquille Johnson. And I know I've been saying his praise all game, but look, he deserves it.
He does.
2 huge plays that are getting Long Beach into this game, especially that one getting them into the red zone.
2nd and 8 now for the Marines. This is a weird formation.
And gives Conway a little high five for him to try and get a touchdown for Long Beach.
I wonder what Long Beach is going to call here. I feel like you're on the 8-yard line. This is 3rd down and goal here. I mean, why not go to Johnson, or maybe not Scarin, but you go to Johnson on maybe a fade route. And that'll be a timeout, Long Beach. They're going to talk this out a little longer. But yeah, you saw Luke Hartman and you saw Shaquille Johnson on the field, both matched up against some of Mepham's smaller cornerbacks.
When I would look at if you're Mepham here, Shaquille Johnson might do an out route. That's what it looked like last play. Yeah, I think one player, you're going to look at a little zigzag out route, and that's what they might be going for. Or, as you said, we saw a weird formation with Jack Miller there trying to get in the end zone.
Could they run like a split back?
It looked like
back?
an HB counter that they ran with Miller, right?
And, yeah, when I was talking to the Marines before the game, like they had 3 guys listed on their starting lineup that were listed as running backs on their roster. So yeah, Luke Hartman's been great, but running as a split, like you could run a 3 guys in the backfield, and that's exactly what they're doing. And I wouldn't be shocked if that's to divert the attention to Luke Hartman, who we've been talking about, who's matched up on Danny Malloy. I would not be shocked if they throw the ball here.
That, for Long Beach, is getting lucky. You know, you look, and it's almost an interception for the Pirates. How close they were to realistically look to end this half and maybe get another touchdown. That's what it almost looked like to me.
So Long Beach now with a huge play here. 4th down. Conway being chased by Norris. He's got to do something. He throws it away. Chris Norris with a huge play there. Him and Jake Lecklider getting in there and stopping the Marines on the 8. What a huge play there.
Chris Norris is making huge plays not only on the offense but on the defense, and that's a huge play. You're going to get Jeff Conway to throw the ball away on 4th down, turnover on downs, and here come the Pirates back on the field with 5:46 to go in the first half.
An early candidate for BMB player of the game is Chris Norris, and I'm pretty sure that would be the first game in a long time where Dom Novello doesn't earn player of the game. If I'm not mistaken, hasn't happened since the Calhoun game last year, where I was up in Syracuse, and it was, I'm pretty sure you and Tom Morrow on the call for that game against Calhoun, where Dylan Dunn had if there was fantasy football for high school, Dylan Dunn had 30 fantasy points at the half.
He went off.
He absolutely went off. 3 touchdowns. Or no, that was our homecoming against Glen Cove. And he had 30, or last year, our homecoming against Glen Cove. And that was the last time someone not named Dom Novello got player of the game. But Chris Norris is making his case known. Him and Dom and Zarella both.
Yeah. Yep, Chris is making huge plays today.
So here's Novello from his own end zone. Makes a move. And he's going to be brought down. It's going to be a sack for the Marines.
And there he is. Jack Scarin. Huge play for that man.
And John Sofield, the brother of Hayden Sofield, who he's called his name on offense a multitude of occasions.
Look back on that replay again. And Dom Novello has nowhere to go. You're right. Yep, it is Sofield with that. But, hey, huge play for Long Beach on their defensive game. It is getting better.
It is. Yeah, Long Beach defense has been really bullying Mepham's offensive line all game. But since Dom Novello is able to get the ball out so quickly, it hasn't seemed to matter. But Long Beach has absolutely been winning the battle in the trenches as Norris takes it for a gain of about 3 on second down and 13. It'll be a huge third down because if Mepham can get this, maybe a couple more, it's a game of field position today, I really feel like, because both these offenses can stretch the field. One big play can change the whole momentum of the game. We know both offenses have the capability of doing that, and both of them have shown the capability of doing that. The only difference is that one of them has come away with points to show for it.
Yeah, and there's Chris Norris again with his huge running back play. And look, they're giving it, before the game. I mean, one of our, things that we written down was he's going to be shown and a few snaps today as a running back.
Yep. And there goes Novello barreling forward. First down, Pirates to the 30-yard line.
There's Novello. I mean, look, again, Long Beach are just not stopping his run game as a quarterback. And that time, it looks like it's about 18 to 20 yards that he gets through.
Novello just ran right through the A-gap, right in between his offense, between his center and his guard, between Roth and Honerkamp. And that was just a huge play by Novello. He just saw the gap and when.
But look, Jack Miller there, linebacker that for the Long Beach, for the Long Beach Mariners, for the Long Beach Marines, makes a huge play, breaks up the pass, and there you go.
It's Tom Novello's first not-so-great throw as they dump this one down to Norris, and he's got nowhere to go. Scarron is there, and the Marines have a huge third down and 12.
Well, again, the Marines here are looking great on defense. They're getting a little bit better, but when Novello goes on the rush, on a scramble, it's very hard to defend a guy like that. They are getting a bit better, and gotta say, they have to try and stop that rushing game.
So Sedita comes off the field for the Marines, or excuse me, for the Pirates, I'm sorry. And Norris stays on the field. Nick Walker comes on the field. And after third down, I would absolutely love to reveal Nick Walker's story because he has an incredible one. This is Dom Novello barely getting it past the line of scrimmage. So it'll be fourth down. But let's talk about Nick Walker because he has seen some substantial playing time for the first time all season, it seems like. And Finn, I don't know if you know this, but Nick Walker was the star of an award-winning package produced by BMB. Did you know that, Finn?
I think I did, yeah. I did.
2 years ago, we produced a package called Writing It Out, the Nick Walker Story. And it won Best Sports Feature at the Broadcast Awards for Senior High. That was produced by yours truly, Lily Yepes, Michael Galfana, who has since graduated, and Tom Morrow, who has since graduated as well. Nick Walker, his 9th grade year, played for the JV football team, and I'm pretty sure the first game in the season, tore his ACL as Priola gets set to punt it away for the Pirates. We'll pick this up after fourth down, and another punt that hangs up in the air. Long Beach it's going to be down by who else? Nick Walker. Perfect timing as we continue to talk about his story. Walker tore his ACL in the first game of his high school football career in a junior varsity game at Grand Avenue Middle School, and has since never played football. He chose to commit to baseball. And Nick Walker, and that package focused on his long road to recovery and redemption, playing baseball, and then how the pandemic, because during that year the world shut down, and Walker couldn't even see if the fruits of his labor in recovery had paid off. So he had to wait a whole another year just to play any sport like scholastically. And now Walker is back his senior year, his last high school year. Made a great stop, forcing the incompletion on Jack Miller. Once again, your homecoming court will be announced at halftime. The nominees will be recapped, let's say, when we get under a minute.
And I do want to say one thing quickly. Jack Scarron, he's getting covered today by like 3 or 4 guys.
And then there, Conway had about 3 guys to go to, and even there, that number 9 matchup.
If we look on that replay, Jack Scarron is getting covered by 3 players. Moody is not allowing Jack Scarron to get any space to even touch a football. I mean, I would love to watch that, like any replay today. I mean, I just looked again. He's in the middle of the field here. He has two guys on him every time.
Yeah.
They are making that guy being covered every time.
Well, also, Finn, if you look at the defense that Mepham's playing, it's Novello being matched man-to-man on Scarin, and then whenever he comes across the middle, Keegan and Thier, who have been really spying the quarterback, as there goes Ryan Thier, he's made miss by the quarterback, and that'll be a first down. An incredible run by Jeff Conway, finally tackled by Leckleiter. But yeah, Thier and Keegan have been used really as quarterback spies today, and it's just been Novello. It's my best player on defense versus your best player on offense, and see what happens. And that's exactly what the Pirates have been doing. And the ball is out! Mepham's got it! Looks like Brendan Toomey fell on it. Forced free by Jake Leckleiter.
That's a huge play from Jake Leckleiter, and I gotta say, he forces a fumble on Jeff Conway after Conway had a huge rush and a huge play for the Marines.
Yeah, keep the football, Jake. It is his first game back since he was injured in the first game of the season. I'd be afraid to tackle Chris Norris. And here goes Sedita making a move. Taken down by the quarterback, Jeff Conway. So there you go, Finn. The quarterback in the open field making tackles on the Nicky Sedita.
But look, I gotta say, Nicky Sedita gets a huge play for himself there again. You know, gets first down and a lot more. And Sedita has a huge play in the running back role.
And, you know, something we haven't really seen was Dylan Dunn. And Dylan Dunn, here's second down, and it's swallowed for a loss. So,
and there is a second down there for the Pirates. And now a timeout for the Pirates as they're going to idolize what happened just now in the play. And you look at the Marines here as Jeff Conway made a tackle only last play. But again, Pirates take a timeout, and 41 seconds remaining in the half.
And this is honestly, like, you got 41 seconds left. You got to really be thinking about the play calling, because Long Beach probably can throw the ball deep and like take the top off your defense, probably better than any team in this conference, maybe in the county, but I don't know. Plain Edge or Farmingdale might have them beaten that aspect up in Conference 1, but in Conference 2, there's really no long passing game better than these Long Beach Marines. So you got to also consider when you're calling plays, if you want to try and take the top off Long Beach's defense, if you're Mepham, like, are you giving Long Beach too much time to go down the field quickly and score?
Well, look, Long Beach are having great plays today. You're looking at the deep passes. I mean, look, we've seen 20-yard passes today, but when they get to the red zone, the Pirates defense is coming up so big today. Long Beach is not out of the game, but I'll tell you something. If Mepham's defense keeps acting the way they are, they're going to win this game.
Absolutely.
They're going to win this football game.
So Novello, he's going to throw deep. He's got a man deep. It's Stephen Mulqueen. Mulqueen to the house.
And it's a perfect, straight route that Mulqueen's going to run. I mean, it's a perfect just run and go. Just run down the field, beat him with speed, and that's basically it as Moody's celebrating, down the field. And it Novello looks to almost like get the ball right away, and then what a pass from Novello.
And Mulqueen, if you remember, I spoke to Mike Cuccinella during the pep rally, and Mulqueen just had his man beat. That looked like Luke Hartman. Mulqueen just had him beat. And if you remember on the pep rally, if you watched that and saw me speaking with Michael Cuccinella, who is famous for the Cuccinella to the house call, he said that we will get an instance of Mulqueen to the house on a very similar play, and look at that, Cuccinella called it.
Yeah, I mean, it was nothing much, but just a little juke to the side and a run and go. Mulqueen gets his touchdown, and John Marco Priola gets another extra point, 3 for 3.
He doesn't miss. John Marco Priola, pretty sure he's at this point eclipsed 20 extra points made on the season. This Pirates offense just does not stop. But Long Beach still they've shown that their offense can compete against the best.
They can, but again, when
Their
they get
offense-
to the
their
when
offense
they
needs to step up. It's really what it's
yeah.
coming down to. They're being out against JFK, so they absolutely have shown that they can protect Conway and foster a positive rushing attack. But right now, this Mepham defensive line has been the unsung heroes of the game, and they have been, quite honestly, the main reason why Mepham is up in this game.
Look, Mepham's defense today has come up huge, and I gotta say, I mean, not only do they have a pick six, but the amount of times they've stopped Conway in what he wants to do, which is try and win this football game, it just comes up so huge for the Mepham Pirates. They've had a forced fumble. It's honestly a really good day to watch football as a Mepham Pirate fan with this defense.
And normally, and something I also want to point out after the kickoff, this one's going to be a squib. Priolo's going to try and run timeout. Yuri drops it, and now he's able to get the edge. He could be gone, but no. He loses the ball. It's picked up by the Pirates. It's Danny Malloy. Another turnover for the Marines. That is not at all what you want to do for if you're Long Beach. That's probably the last outcome you could. That's the perfect storm for Mepham, and at the absolute worst case scenario for Long Beach. You turn the ball over, give up a huge touchdown in the very next play. On the ensuing kickoff, you turn it over again.
Danny Malloy with a huge play. I mean, I gotta say, Chip Bury, I mean, he does not have the ball so well. I mean, when he's going into it, Danny Malloy just sees the ball in one hand, just takes it out of his hand.
He saw the edge, immediately tries to get to the edge. But Chris Norris, I don't know if you know this, but Chris Norris is. We talked about Dom Manzarella's 100-meter time. I don't want to be contributing to the track jar that they have up in the control room of the BMB studio. But Chris Norris is well within 3/4 of a second off of Manzarella's 100-meter time. Both of them are under 12 seconds. Norris, I'm pretty sure, runs 11.9. He's fast. Like, he's 6'2", and is probably the fastest guy in the field whenever Manzarella's not on the field.
Yeah.
So if you thought you had the edge, absolutely try and get to that. But Chris Norris, he runs an 11.900. He's 6'2" and can hit like a truck. You got to be protecting the ball at all costs, especially after a turnover caused by ball security issues.
And another forced fumble, but this time it's now the special teams coming up huge for the Mepham Pirates. And look, every attribute now of this Mepham team is looking great. Got the special teams now acting unbelievable, having a great performance.
Yeah, and another thing is, normally when we broadcast these Mepham football games, it's usually, we call Dom Novello's name about 70 times in the first half alone, and today it's been the opposite. Novello has been obviously playing a great game as quarterback because he takes the snap, he's going to set his feet and throw it deep, and that one's batted and almost intercepted. Jeff Conway, the quarterback, making the play, but once again, Dom Novello, like, we talk about him all the time. Like, how can we not? He's the leading passer in the county, and one of the leading.
Every attribute of them. Special teams, defensive, the defense, the offense, everything.
And on that play, Novello, just a little flip, could have been akin to a jump shot. As now we go down. We have a timeout now. Looks like the Mepham Pirates are going to take their final timeout. Why not? Why not? One more shot to the end zone. I would not be shocked if they run the same play that Mulqueen scored on earlier.
And Long Beach have a huge play on defense.
We put on the clock. We called that at 11 seconds. Say it again. We called the timeout at 11 seconds. 3 seconds on the clock.
We have a little bit of timing issues here. Mepham wants an extra 8 seconds on the clock right now, and that's a lot to ask for, but
it is.
I didn't see. We can't really see from here where Moody called the timeout is. Moody's on the opposite side of the field from us, and the referees are now deliberating, seeing how much they want to put on the clock.
It looks like there is clock issues here.
It's just Mepham thinks they called the timeout when the clock was at 11. The clock right now reads 3.
But But what we got to talk about just now is how huge that Long Beach's defense came up huge against, against Nicky Sedita. And that was a huge play for the Long Beach defense. That's what they are trying to do today. But Mepham is having highlighted plays.
Oh, 100%, Finn. And honestly,
They're looking
so it looks like, Mepham's only going to get 3 seconds. After this, we'll say hello to the third member of our crew. You'll say hello to Jake Mano and Ryan Marr, who will finally get their recognition in the studio, and all of the homecoming festivities, kick line, cheerleading, Grand Marshal of Homecoming, and of course, the winners of Homecoming King and Queen, which I have yet to announce, but I am up for. So here, the final shot to the end zone. They might have it. No, it's intercepted. Novello, intercepted by Hayden Sofield, running it back, and he will be tackled. And Sofield hands the ball to Novello, and I gotta say, that's completely ill-advised. That is something that you don't want to do. Do not anger Dom Novello.
Look at that again, yeah. I mean, Dom Novello, once he throws that interception, he sprints 20 yards to try and make that tackle.
And now, let's send it down to the third member of our crew. It's Michaela Dobby.
Thanks, guys. I'm Michaela Dobby, and I'm here joined with Mepham head coach, Mr. Moody. So, Mr. Moody, you guys are up 21-0 going into the half. What was your game plan coming into the game today?
We wanted to start focused. We wanted to, rebound from last week's game, and I think we did a real good job of coming out firing on all cylinders.
And what's your message to the team going to be at halftime?
That this is still a really good team, and they're not out of it. They throw the ball a lot. They still have a lot of weapons to go. So we got to, stay focused, keep doing what we do, and drive that through the second half as well.
Well, thank you for your time. Good luck in the second half. Ryan and Jake in the studio with your halftime show.
And thank you, Mr. Moody, for doing that interview. Welcome back to the halftime show. Sorry for that. I'm here with Jake Mano, and we're going to tell you and we're going to give a little recap about what happened in this first half. Jake, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think it was a very productive first half. I mean, obviously, guys like Dom Novello and someone you may not have thought to see, Jake Leckliter, he really showed out. He had a huge play as a defensive stop that really, caused this Long Beach team to not get points on the board. And just kind of these small players really stepping up in bigger moments. I think that's one of the huge factors why Mepham's come out on top so far.
100%. Plays have been incredible. Quarterbacks have been great. And one big factor, though, that we have not mentioned yet is the crowd. The crowd has given both teams a great momentum because even though we're at Mepham, Long Beach fans are still here. I saw a few teams come, like soccer I saw, and a few others, but that's pretty cool, that they came all the way out here to support their team. But one other thing is that Mepham is much more dominant in their crowd because we're obviously at Mepham and it's homecoming.
Well, we're going to send it down to the field where they have a little bit more homecoming festivities, and make sure you check out for the homecoming King and Queen announcement.
Make it hot. On me when I step in the room. And
now let's welcome, coached by Younger, Mepham cheerleaders.
Morgan, that was a great performance by Mepham's very own kick line. What are your thoughts?
Well, obviously it's great. It's nice to see that really the practice pays off, as they're here for hours after school every day just performing and making sure it's perfect for homecoming.
And it's not just that, it's very hard to make the team. But we're going to throw it back down to the turf where we have girls cheerleading.
And what a performance by them. That was a great job here by the cheerleading team, and that's all a part of the homecoming event. Now, Ryan, obviously it's a huge day here at Mepham. What has homecoming really been like for you?
Homecoming's been good. You know, we've been on and off. We started with prep rally today for broadcasting, and now we're here at the homecoming game. You know, this has been a big game. Once again, this is an important game, not just a homecoming game, but this is a very important game for Mepham and Long Beach.
Definitely. I mean, as we said in the pregame, this is pretty much for the 2 seed, and this is for a huge spot in the playoffs. I mean, both teams are 4-1. Both teams are really excelling in what they do best, and just seeing that it really shine today is just fantastic for both teams.
It definitely is. You know, we started off the day with such a great momentum, and that definitely correlated to the game. But we're going to throw it back down to the turf for more homecoming festivities.
Hello? Hello?
Obviously, we're going to wait to announce the homecoming king and queen, but this is obviously a big day for all of them. We see them taking pictures here, as 2 of them are here at BMB. My very own brother, Matthew Mano, and Sports Talk host Lily Yepes. This is a huge day for them. We're excited to see how this turns out. I mean, obviously you heard Matt Mano the entire game, really. He was sportscasting, he was really your lead commentator for the game, as this is obviously a huge day for him, as he's trying to complete the trifecta, especially in his senior year. Last year he was the Mr. Mepham King. He was valedictorian for Mepham recently, and now he's really going for homecoming king. So this is a huge day for him, and you really see him wild up here.
It definitely is. You know, it's a big day for all of them. You know, they're seniors. This is their last homecoming, Mepham homecoming. And, you know, who wouldn't want to take home that crown?
Obviously, I mean, if your name's being called, that's obviously a huge excitement and a huge honor. But really one thing to point out is how much of an honor it is of just being nominated. Just being really just that, like, just
we would
having
like
that
to
much confidence
introduce
in
with
yourself
honor
is
the
great.
Grand
As we're gonna send
Marshal
down
of the 2022 Homecoming Game, Mr. Brian Levy. Mr. Levy is a 1960 graduate of Mepham. After graduating, Mr. Levy earned his bachelor's degree from Hofstra University before proudly serving in the U.S. Army. Mr. Levy retired from a career at Verizon, and he has been an active member in the Alumni Association, where has proudly held every elected cabinet position, including president. Mr. Levy has been married to his wife, Joan, for 45 years and currently enjoys his position as the alumni publication Quarterdeck newsletter editor. Thank you, Mr. Levy, for your service to Mepham, our community, and our country.
Mepham, are you ready for your homecoming court? So our male court members are Dimitri Gogus, Hunter Keegan, and Matt Mano. And our female members, Cameron Quicko, Emma Pantelis, and Lily Yepes. And now, for your homecoming king and queen, Dimitri Gogus and Cameron Quicko. Congratulations!
A huge congratulations to Cameron Quiddo and Dimitri Gogus.
Definitely. I mean, this is huge days for both of them. Both of them are athletes. Obviously, you've seen Dimitri in multiple of our broadcasts. He's one of the huge stars and one of the big players for the boys soccer team. And just really, his teammates there, his teammates celebrating, as you can see them in the back. He's excited, and I think they both are. And a huge congratulations to all of them.
I mean, and a huge congratulations to the other people nominated, such as Lily Yepes, the president of the senior class, and BMB's very own Matt Mano. Once again, as we said, he was sportscasting this game not too long ago.
Definitely. I mean, huge congratulations to all of them. And if we haven't said it already, huge congratulations to all that won senior superlatives. This was a huge day here for the senior class and a huge day here for Mepham. And all of these events have really just been fun for all.
100%. And once again, congratulations to Hunter Keegan and and Emma Pantelis also. But now let's get back to the football side. What are we going to look forward to for the second half?
I'm looking forward for a lot more energy here from Mepham. Obviously, you can see there, Dom Novella, he steps back, a huge pass here to Mulqueen. He goes all the way to the house, scoring 6 for the Mepham Pirates. I mean, just the connection between them is crazy. The chemistry that they have is something you do not see every day in a football field, and that's a huge thing here for Mepham.
100%. You know, you just said the to the house reference from Matt Mano's most iconic sentence. And here is another great play for Long Beach on their behalf, and then a great tackle by Mepham.
Yeah, the fumble recovery was huge. They were able to get in there. They were able to create pressure, and just getting that fumble, getting that extra drive of offense with a 2-minute warning and just time running down, that's crazy.
You know, what are the 3 keys to the game for this second half?
Well, for Mepham, it's getting Norris involved. He had over 100, I believe 50 yards passing versus Garden City, and he really stepped up, so getting him involved is crazy. Protecting the QB. Obviously, their O-line has been a huge factor, and it isn't any game, but protecting Dom Novello and giving him the time they need is how Mepham wins this game. And don't get beat deep. Some of their cornerbacks, obviously, some are a little bit undersized, but they don't let that stop them. The morale is crazy high, and really just being able to just have the speed and have the advantage to really not get beat deep is really just going to be huge.
You know, as we mentioned before, these are the keys to the game for Long Beach. Once again, protect that QB. You know, he is the one who's going to be making those passes and is going to be making those big plays for Long Beach. They got to score. They got to score early in the second half, and if they don't, the momentum is not going to be there. And of course, they have to attack Novello on defense. I mean, Novello is an absolute beast, so they're going to have to do something against him.
Definitely. I mean, Novello's been on an absolute tear here in this game. There's really no bad games for him, which is something that Mepham loves to see. Just having that natural-born leader at the helm and really just directing the offense for Mepham, I feel like they got to love him at a QB.
100%. And another leader on Mepham's half is their new head coach, Mr. Moody. You know, this is his first year, his first homecoming as head coach. And let me just say, he's doing a great job. You know, I don't think as a head coach you can ask for a better start to the game than 21-0 in the first half.
I mean, definitely. Obviously, Long Beach key was score early, but Mepham kind of took that and flipped it to their own. They scored on their first drive, and then got a quick little turnover and a pick six from Dom Mazzarella. And then with 2 minutes left in the game, the 2-minute warning, they had a beautiful drive of offense, really able to get Mulqueen involved, able to get Dom Novello, really, and just, they played their game, and I think that's what Mepham loves.
100%. You know, once again, we've said it in many football games in the past, and we said it in the last one that we filmed for this year. You know, Mepham looks like they're having fun, and that is a thing that pushes teams towards victories. We've seen it in professionals, we've seen it in college, and we've seen it even in little leagues. You know, that is one of the biggest parts of a team. You just gotta have fun.
Definitely. I mean, that's one of the things Mepham loves. You can see the energy, the celebrations. They're having fun out there. Enjoy being a kid as you have it. That's really what they're doing. This team has chemistry. They are just friends on and off the field, and they love playing together. But we got to move on to Long Beach a little bit. As Jeff Conway, he's really been at the helm for Long Beach. He's been kind of the play caller. He's been the leader, and he's been making huge plays at the helm for Long Beach.
100%. You know, I couldn't agree more. You know, it's great to know that Long Beach has a leader like that too. You know, both teams got to have it, and they got to have someone that they can respect and look up to and have a leader that can guide them to a victory.
I mean, definitely, that's a huge part in any sport. The thing about Jeff Conway is he loves to spread he loves to spread the ball around, and he doesn't usually have #1 receivers, but this game is kind of different, as Shaquille Johnson has really been taking over in the first half. He's had, I believe, 2 or 3 receptions, but about 50 yards, which is just really not common to have an average of 25 yards a reception. I mean, that's huge for Long Beach. They're looking to get him more involved. They're looking to get Conway more involved, and they're really looking to start early in this half.
100%. You know, they gotta start early, and if they don't, it's gonna be on the deeper end and the deeper side and the more rough side of this game. You know, they gotta start early because, let me tell you, it is much harder to score in little time, obviously, than to score in a lot.
Definitely. And we're going to send it down.
So once again, you know, Mr. Moody is the head coach of Mepham, but who is the head coach of Long Beach?
Well, that would be Scott Martin, and he's been great. He loves making play calls. He loves the risky plays, but he really loves having a player like Conway. He says he's more of a Josh Allen, and he loves to throw the ball deep. He has amazing arm strength, and they love that for him as they really try to test the receivers. But he really is huge. He's overpowering a lot of the Mepham defenders, and he loves to run. He loves to get the short runs. He really loves to create more plays, and he is a playmaker in this Long Beach offense. He likes to extend the plays and then really just find his open man.
100%. You know, you got to do it. You got to start, and once again, we're going to say it about 1,000,000 times, you've got to start early for Long Beach. You know, you've got to start. You know, Mepham has this lead, 21-0, and we've said the keys to the game. But let's throw it down to the Long Beach coach so he can talk more about it.
Thanks again, guys. And I'm here with
Thanks, Michaela. Thanks, Michaela. And we are back, ready for an excellent second half. Now, if you remember last week when Mepham went up to Garden City, they were down in the same situation, down 21-0, almost, or 28-0, and almost pried their way back into the game after a couple of controversial missed turnovers. And so this game is far from over, right, Finn?
Yeah, and you know, it really is far from over for now. But look, I gotta say, Mepham winning 21-0 now, it might seem to people that this game's over. Long Beach go back into the locker room, and I bet, you know, Coach Martin says to them, "You guys have to wake up. You know, this is a game that you want to get. You want to get your 5th win against a huge opponent in the Mepham Pirates." Yes.
Spoil a homecoming. Speaking of, congratulations to Dimitri and Cameron on homecoming king and queen.
Mano, you got to nominate.
Yeah, I was on the court. Listen, I will say though, Finn, saying it on the announcements probably wasn't my brightest idea. We know about the Mano curse, right? Like, it was great just getting to know Cameron, Lily, or of course I know Lily, Hunter, Dimitri, Emma, just throughout the whole course of the week as the voting was going on. And it was just a great honor to be on the court, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, man. To be represented there.
Speaking of what I had said on the morning announcements, every Friday we're there on the morning announcements. Go check out our homecoming episode because even though all the news has already happened, the king and queen have been unveiled. The game is underway, but really it's our best morning announcements of the year so far. Haley and Hannah, sporting their senior jerseys, take you through everything homecoming week had to offer. Riley Freed had your around campus with Michael Cuccinella, joined by yours truly, and of course I had your week in Mepham Sports, where I mano cursed the Mets and the homecoming court voting. And then once again, we had a new segment. If you remember Mano on the Street,
yeah,
remember that? Luke Yepes has taken over. It's now Sheep on the Loose. And that is honestly my favorite part of the announcement.
It was so funny.
It was so funny.
Yep.
Spirit Week edition of Sheep on the Loose was there, and that was the best part of the whole show. Please go watch the announcements on the BMB YouTube. It was a good one. But we're getting set to kick in the second half, and let's get ready for some more football, Finn.
Yeah, some more football, and Long Beach, they're gonna want to come back. This is where Jeff Conway gets looked at even more, you know. If he was winning by 21, we would be saying the same. You know, he is, but, you know, unfortunately, he's not this game. But in any way possible, he's going to get looked at every attribute. He's the quarterback of the team. He's getting looked at from everywhere. So Jeff Conway is running this team right now, and, yeah.
And this is something we like to do all the time here on B is promote ourselves at the most inopportune times. We get set for kickoff. We have more fundraisers. We are going to California in about 5 months, and we have more fundraisers. I remember that game last year where Connor and I were just completely talking about Smash Burger. Every chance we got, we have more. We are going to Chipotle on Wantagh Avenue.
I can't wait.
On Chipotle in Wantagh, October 19th. Come out on October 19th from, I'm pretty sure.
A little underrated, man, but
Chipotle
is
so
my
good.
Favorite kind of food.
To
be supporting it with B&B makes it 10
yes,
times better.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm trying to say, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
Unbelievable.
A very hot take from Vinegar Corquindula.
It's true.
It's fitting because the amount.
It's better than Moe's. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's 100% true.
Yeah,
I'm absolutely with you on that. It's 100% better than Moe's.
All right, good.
We
got that accepted, man.
Yeah, at least we're in agreement there. Yeah, but come out, support BMB at Chipotle. Mention you're here for BMB, and then we get a cut of the proceeds to help send us to the Student Television Network National Convention in California. So excited for that. Our applications to get on the team have gone out. To get on the travel team have gone out. Mine, I'm pretty sure, is almost next to submitted. And another show that has been prepping us for this convention is the Midweek Update. Every Wednesday on the BMB YouTube, a different group of juniors will take you through all of the news in and around the BMCHST community. Join Hannah Broxmeyer, Thomas DeSalva, Victoria Caminiti, their show, joined by Sammy Rooney, Gisette Chevarria, Bree Bolin, and Maya Stone. This is where we get our practice producing news packages that will be the kind of competitions we will be taking part in at STN. So if you want to see how we're getting ready for STN and so much more, maybe a package produced by yours truly, watch Midweek Update.
And Mano, a little bit of an edit. Chipotle, that will be on Merrick Road.
The one, oh, it's the one in Merrick Road.
It is the one on Merrick Road. And we just got corrected by Mrs. Kalish. Thank you, Mrs. Kalish. We appreciate you so much.
That's not the one. That's not the one I usually go to.
That's the one I go to.
I'm closer to.
I live closer to it.
Yeah,
so
I'm closer.
I gotta say,
yeah,
it's near where a lot of my friends live.
I'm
we
not
all
very
go.
close to Sunrise. I'm not very close to Sunrise Highway. I usually go to the one.
That's what's so great about Chipotle.
There's so many locations. They're everywhere.
And you get to go with your friends.
Exactly.
And you get to mention BMB.
So the one in Merrick is the one we are going. You will be going to October 19th.
We all will be going.
BMB, yes, of course. I'll be there.
I'll be there.
Absolutely. We gotta pick a time to meet up.
You should be there.
Yeah, you should be there. And then at Chipotle, we got some football to call. It's the second half of the Mepham Pirates and the Long Beach Marines.
Well, here we go. Set for kickoff. And to be fair, now even Mepham gets the ball first.
Oh,
that's huge. Huge for Coach Moody. And
you saw Long Beach at the beginning of the game really hyping up their players as if they had won the toss. They must have won and elected to receive, which is up. And there goes the football off the kicking tee once more. So once more, and an opening kickoff is delayed.
Michael Contreras will be the kicker.
Stutter step, and we are away. And that's another booming kick into the wind. Taken by, that looks like it's Dom Novello on the kick return team. He's bullying everybody. Dom Novello off to the races. 1 man to beat. He's just got the kicker. He's in a foot race. And there goes Dom Novello. A kick return touchdown for the Pirates. Where was that? The quarterback returning kicks.
Dom Novello? Are you kidding me? Where out of nowhere,
out of left field,
makes something to everything within seconds. And I gotta say, we look here and we're like, yep, he's down at the 30. No, he breaks out.
He's gone.
He cannot be tackled. He keeps running. Michael Contreras, the kicker, at the end does not have a single chance. And Mepham's quarterback has just
returned a kick for a touchdown,
receiving a touchdown.
How do you, what has Dom Novello? What has Dom Novello not done in his Mepham football career? He's played safety. He's played him the deep. Okay, and we'll hopefully be back on the next kickoff or on the next special teams play. But back to Dom Novello. Like, what can he do?
Honestly, he can do everything, and he's that type of guy who is just unbelievable. And he's also a type of guy to literally, if it's 8 o'clock at night, you will see him training on the field. He is here 24/7. His work ethic is unbelievable, the best I've ever seen. Dom Novello is a true athlete for this Mepham team, and he can't be stopped. Can't be stopped.
What's this? We have Mepham's kicking unit is regrouping back at the.
John Marco Priola is going to try and make
it
4-for-4.
No, we have a penalty on the kickoff or on the kick. Looks like Mepham's going to get moved back. There. As we wait for this to be sorted out.
Yeah.
All right, so now here's Priola on to make it 4-for-4 for the day.
Peter Mayo will receive the snap. Backup quarterback for Mepham.
So Priola. And that one's blocked. So it's Priola's first. Oh, all the horses.
Flag on
all
the field.
All the horses. We got a flag on the play. Looked like
a late hit.
Yeah, looks
right?
like roughing or running into the kicker as you saw Priola with his back on the ground and his feet in the air after the kick.
Yeah, it looks like somebody just went into his, almost like his left leg.
But let's see.
We'll see it again.
Looks like it. Yeah. Looked like it was roughing.
Yeah.
looked like it was roughing, and he had run into the plant leg, so it would have to. So that would be.
Running into the kicker.
So we're gonna get another kick. They're gonna replay the attempt. So Gianmarco Priola will stay perfect for now, but the wind is blowing hard, so no guarantees.
Yeah, and look, you said it perfect. I mean,
they're pretty much like, I don't want to say they're the Alabama of this conference, but they're the team to beat in this conference.
They are the team to beat in this, in this conference. But look, Mepham is too. Mepham is a huge targeted team that this year has a new coach, has a new, kind of way of their football, and we're seeing it. Look, it looks like 5-1 today. I'm not going to say anything too early, but when you look at the score line, it does show a lot. 4 possession scores ahead of the Marines, and that is. It's going to be hard for Long Beach to take in a 4-2 record.
That's exactly right, Finn.
Game's not over, Mano.
No, it's not over by any means. And again, we saw a Mepham team who was down 28-0, bring it to 1 possession before a forced fumble and interception were both wiped off the board, but by rather questionable calls. And we do have archival footage of those 2 plays, which I had run back a multitude of times coming into this game on my computer at home, just sitting in front of Google Drive, just going back and forth, just sliding the little slider down, and I can confirm that, and I absolutely can confirm that there was a foot down on that interception by, I think it was Devin Green. But that's in the past, and clearly Mepham has turned the page fast. The Mepham on the field has turned the page faster than I have over that game.
Yeah, look, Mepham today has been great, and Mano, I know before the half I said it, but now the special teams is just so good for them right now.
It's been special, you could say.
It's been unbelievably special, and I gotta say, they've been great everywhere.
The puns are alive and well, and this one's almost an onside kick. It'll be recovered by Wyatt Katzen. Katzen goes up the middle, across midfield, still going. He's hit hard. Yo, a lot of yelling from the Long Beach sideline. Maybe a hit to the head is what they're looking for.
Gianmarco Priola was tackling a Long Beach player there, and it looked like they just started grabbing each other on the ground. That one was weird. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Let's take a look at the return.
Right, and then
let's
right
just
at the end
watch
here,
23 come in, and 23 comes in and lays the boom on Wyatt Katzen, and it wasn't dangerously.
That's the same with Kevin Berry. Every time I've looked at him, right at the end of a play, he just shoves a player away from him. It's this Mepham team is being very aggressive today, and they're not getting called for it, and that's whoa.
Conway throws it down the field, incomplete. Schofield covered by Inzarella on that play.
I know it sounds surprising, but it was very close to a play that a flag almost got called on the field. There's like a little late hit there. Passing interference maybe on Devin Green almost looked like to happen, but it looks all right now.
At this point in the game, like, this is very much not over, and in Long Beach, and it's very much not over. In Long Beach, their student section, their fans, all by us, we can hear them louder than the double, maybe triple the amount of Mepham supporters across the field from us. And yes, they're closer in proximity, but there's so much less of them. So, got a big.
Conway with the kicker down to the 18. First down, Marines.
So now we have a little something different today. Hold on for it, but you got just me.
And whoa, there's a flag on the field.
False start here, yeah. False start on the play, and so now while we have the time, while they're sorting out the flag, this is something we haven't done in BMB since my freshman year. 3 people in the booth and someone from another school joining us. This is Kayla Serafin from Long Beach, joining us. It's the first time we've had someone on since Charlie from Calhoun back my freshman year. So Kayla, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Oh, this is great. This is great. Having someone from another school, it just brings a whole another perspective. See, you're very interested in broadcasting yourself. Tell me, how does Long Beach really do anything similar to what we do?
You do the morning wave, right?
Yeah, the morning wave they broadcast it in the morning at school. There's a club after school, but usually there's teachers who commentate, not students. So it's very cool that you guys are so good at this and you're here and you're supporting your team.
And so this is, and at this point in the game, see, I'm assuming you've been to a bunch of Long Beach football games. You know this team better than we do, or I would assume so. Long Beach is a team that really, or especially like last week they showed it against JFK. They can score in bunches. They put up 40 on JFK, who is known to have one of the better secondaries in the conference. And what have you really seen from this offense, and why there's pretty much a 0 on the scoreboard as of now, as Conway looks to throw, and almost the 0 almost was erased. That was incomplete, intended for Hartman, but once again, what do you really think has been, like, what has Mepham been doing on defense, and what has Long Beach not been doing on offense? Up the pass by Hartman, so now it's 3rd down. They throw, it's going to go to Miller. Miller is going to be short of the 1st down by about 2 yards.
I got to ask you, who's one of the almost best players on this Long Beach side, because we don't get to see them every week? Is there one player that kind of stands out to you and is like, wow, they're one of the big players of the school, or another sport athlete?
Jack Scarron, he can go D1 for multiple sports. He swims, he does not hockey, he swims, he does lacrosse, and he also is great in football. I mean, he plays defense, he plays offense, he's just an all-time player.
Versatile kind of player, wow.
Yeah, he can play different sports and be great at all of them, so that's what I've seen.
That's unbelievable here as...
4th down, Conway throws it away. It looks like he could have
Norris with the play again.
Chris Norris, player of the game nominee, just saying. Chris Norris.
A forced pass there from Conway as Chris Norris comes in and he blitzes the passer. Again, Conway coming out of the pocket here, and again, he's just not been protected today by his other teammates on that O-line.
So now a turnover on downs, and now Mepham will go in up 28-0. In the red zone, it's really something with Mepham's defense, and the reason they got gashed by Garden City last week was that they give up too many big plays, and they take a while to settle in. They saw Mepham's defense really didn't find their rhythm, so Linzarilla had that pick 6 halfway through the 1st quarter. It took Mepham's defense a whole half to wake up versus Garden City, and then they were flying all over the field, forcing turnovers left and right, or turnovers that were not left and right. And at this point in the game, their defense is under control. As this one's going to be caught to Mulqueen. Mulqueen still making moves all the way to the 35-yard line.
And again, as Stephen Mulqueen makes another play right on the left side of the field, I mean, he's been great today. Michael Cuccinello, who's been out, it's almost like Mulqueen has replaced him unbelievably.
Speaking of Mulqueen and Cuccinella, we might as well let Kayla in on a little bit of the BMB lore. One of the infamous mannerisms, as Ruby, Madison, Riley Freed like to call it, is Cuccinella of the house. It's played on our morning announcements in our intro to sports every week as Novello floats it out to Norris, and that one, just like the last time they ran that play, goes nowhere. But as I was saying, that'll bring up 2nd and 10, but as I was saying, like the intro to our morning announcement sports report, hosted by yours truly, Finn, and a couple of our other guys, Tyler Steinberg, and maybe eventually we'll see some of our sophomores get up there. But the ending clip before you see that is our homecoming last year of me screaming Cuccinella to the house. He got loose on a similar play against Calhoun. I say it again, Cuccinella to the house, and even he likes it and was mentioned on around campus this past week. Now here's Novello looking to throw, looking to extend the play. He's able to split a couple of tacklers. The flag is down.
Yeah, and the commentators, I feel like, really make the game. I mean, if you don't have exciting plays, like if you don't have people that are talking about those plays, then it's not as exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something that Amy Rooney, Maya Stone, Joseph Cheveria, your midweek update host, who we see all the time anywhere on BMB, and as another flag.
Looks like this is going to be offsides.
Looks like it's another false.
You think it's
offsides? We're going to move them up, so after it's a defensive encroachment. It looks like one of the nose tackles jumped. Or no, it was Scarin.
Number 44.
God, Scarin's not making a lot of mistakes today at all. You know, we were talking about him in the offensive scene. I mean, Scarin has about 3, defenders on him every time, but this time on the defensive side, he makes a little mistake going on a false start.
So Scarin really tried to just run up and try and like fake out, make the offensive line and Dom Novello think he was going to blitz. I doubt he would have, but it looks like he came too close to the line and paid the price. So here's Novello. QB run to the left, and that's just what Mepham going to be really trying to do. Just run the ball continuously.
They're running that clock in the third quarter.
Absolutely.
Honestly, it's great for them. It's working, and that's what the Mepham way is right now. Dom Novello just keeps rushing the ball. It's a bit risky, but they are. That's what they're going to do all game.
So now it looks like it's going to be third down, and looks like it's going to be 3rd and 7 for the Pirates.
And if Long Beach really wants to get back in this game, they need to make a stop right here. They can't let them get another first down.
Absolutely. So looks like it's Inzarilla in the backfield now, or no, it's Sedita. They're going to throw, and it's going to be incomplete, intended for Mulqueen. So Finn, Finn, that was just kind of a lost drive for the Pirates. What do you think? It really just looked like the pass protection broke down on Novello, and it's the first time all game it happened.
Well, Novello, only about 3 plays ago when he gave the ball to Chris Norris on an out route, I mean, it's just not working, really, the passes right now. That's why Novello's rushing. I mean, that time Mulqueen's on the floor by the time a throw even gets, thrown to Mulqueen. So it's weird, and now John Marco Priola's going to punt it away. But look, I don't know what's going on with the passing game, but it has dropped a little on the Mepham side of things.
So now Priola will kick it away on 4th down and 20.
Seems like Luke Hartman will be receiving.
Hartman looks like he's going to return. Normally Long Beach likes to try a little bit of motions, as he might have had another flag going up against Mepham. They're going to be moved back even more.
Yeah. And Luke Hartman has been the intended guy all day for those returns.
And honestly, sorry, Kayla, for cutting you off there, but really, that's not the time to be emptying your playbook. You could have saved that, used that in the playoffs when you probably will see them again. If you end up the 2 seed, you probably will see Long Beach again, barring them falling out of their position, which, And
now it's great field position for Long Beach. Sorry to cut you off, man.
Oh, you're fine. We're fine. 3-man booth is something that we all need to adapt to. Which we haven't done this in 3. We haven't done a 3-man booth in 3 years.
Yep.
It's very exciting. Kayla, it's great to have you on here.
Great to have you on here.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Anytime.
Yeah,
so
it's awesome.
Conway looks to throws to the outside. It's like Johnson's still going all the way. Touchdown, Long Beach.
And Shaquille Johnson, that's the big play. And again, he's made big plays all day. Mano, I told you, this is the kind of guy that they want to target. Shaquille Johnson, again, what a play. Goes on the left side of things. He's on the left side. He's wide receiver 1 for this team. And it's an easy run and go. Beats his defensive back to it. And Shaquille Johnson has a touchdown. Long Beach had their first touchdown of the game, 28-7, if the kicker can get everything right.
And that's exactly what they needed. They needed that.
Huge play.
It's big. Yeah.
Perfect extra point. Kicking across Nassau County has been up, and usually it seems like across Nassau, it seems like maybe 2 or 3 teams has a kicker who can make an extra point. Now everybody does. Garden City, MacArthur, Mepham, Kennedy, Calhoun, Long Beach. Everybody, the kicking is at an all-time high. It's honestly great before the game. You got most likely you got your soccer players being dual sport athletes, and it's great for the game and just growing the game of football on Long Island, which has been relatively overlooked in favor of other more high-profile sports that get guys recruited more, like soccer, soccer. Lacrosse is very big on the island. Just a lot of guys a lot of sports that will get guys to college level. So it's great to see that the game of football is growing here on Long Island.
Shaquille Johnson with a huge play there, and I mean, he's been unbelievable all day. We're going to have to see his stats at the end of the game, but I think that is his third reception, man.
Third reception.
And now it's a touchdown.
Yep, so. Took that one all the way.
Hopefully Mepham doesn't regret going for that fake, because maybe it costs them the game now. Long Beach comes back in.
Yeah, looks like Coach Moody definitely got cocky there with that call. I didn't agree with the play call. It was
me either.
Really, first of all, you're emptying your playbook and you're showing other teams your hand. Like, had we not been here, had BMB not been here, and this game been on YouTube, I would understand it. Like, you're not going to go up and tell, oh, Mepham has this fake, because I'm sure they have more in their arsenal. But now, the exact formation to tell that this fake is coming, maybe even the word that's used to indicate the fake, could have been picked up. So,
but there also is no need to. You're up 28-0 in the third quarter. Bottom of the third quarter. There's no need to go for that. And now Long Beach got a touchdown, so we'll see.
And as a Patriots fan, I know up 28-0, 28-3. Let's not get overconfident, because ask the Atlanta Falcons had that one out for them. So this kick's going to be taken by Daniel Malloy at around the 20-yard line. It'll be stopped short of the 30 at the 29-yard line.
And again, I mean, now the Pirates, it's 28-7. They're going to try and run down the clock. I think that's what they're really going to do all game. And I don't know what they'll do it with, either Dom Novello rushing the ball as a quarterback, or if they look at Nicky Sedita to say, all right.
Stop the clock, but that might not work, because if you keep getting stuffed and it's fourth down again, you got to kick back to the other team. So if they can't get this first down, then Long Beach has another chance to score. That's not what they need.
So now it looks like I would assume that that Mepham goes back to the air. It's now 4:19 left in the third quarter, and really Mepham's just looking for something just to get them going again. Their last two offensive possessions have stalled. They're stalling once again. That first play didn't really go anywhere. So now on first. So now we're seeing a little bit of confusion out on the field. Not sure what for. And another hold on the Marines.
On the clock again.
You can't do that. You can't do that. Not in this situation. Holds are big. It's 10 yards, first down.
Especially after you got it was really a win for your defense in the sense that you held them to 1, maybe 2 yards on first down, and you got to get off the field quickly.
And look at the defensive situation right now. The coach is questioning, I think, a few of the players on the field. The whole team looked confused. So there's a little now. I wouldn't be surprised if Long Beach do a timeout.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
because this defensive formation is. I think they have one safety in the back on zone coverage.
And that's what Mepham likes to do a lot. Just go base 4-3, and just one guy high. Which
run the ball again.
And that's what Mepham just their bread and butter. And an absence of Ryan Thier, but not an absence of rushing yards, as you can see.
And that's what they're going to do. Chris Norris is going to try and run down this clock, along with Dom Novello, who's probably going to be the two guys on the rushing lanes. Maybe they bring another guy in there, but look, I think it's going to be those two guys who are just going to try and run down the clock.
So now, 2nd down and 4 for the Pirates. A lot of substitutions. Walker out, Norris in, Sedita also in.
And maybe now they look at Nicky Sedita to try and, get them a rushing play here.
They could use some much needed quickness, and they do. You're right, Finn. They
They're
go
on
to
the
Sedita.
50.
Makes a quick cut. Sedita's still going. He will have the first down just barely across midfield to the 46.
Yeah, and that penalty, I mean, it gave them a first down, and now they're almost in field goal range. So.
And I don't think Gianmarco Priola really has attempted a field goal all year. It'd be nice if you get in field goal range, up 28-7. You'd be like, why not see what your kicker's got? It would still keep it a 3-possession game, and you want 6. But 4th and 10 at 4th and 10 inside whatever Gianmarco's range may be, why not?
Yeah, it's Nicky. I mean, I think they might use Nicky Sedita again here. No.
In the split back formation, they go to Novello. Novello almost gets the first down, but no.
Short.
It's going to be those 3 guys: Nicky Sedita, Dom Novello, and Chris Norris. I mean, those are going to be your 3 guys who are maybe on for the rest of the plays in either this game or this drive. And they're just going to try and run down this clock and get a touchdown.
And it's working. The run game is working, so. Oh! And it's
picked! That was be intercepted! Hayden Sofield!
And
Moody popped it up, and Sofield comes down with it.
And that's the Pirates' problem right there.
Maybe
Their
they should have kept
passing game
running.
This half has been so unbelievably questionable. I mean, we'll talk about it. They're not getting a lot of gains, not a lot of first downs, and now another turnover on downs.
We're up here talking about it. We're like, oh, maybe they should pass the ball. But when they do pass the ball, they force an interception. So
yeah, that looked like to be Inzarella who
maybe
dropped
they could have.
Looks like Inzarella, who dropped it. Mulqueen came over. He couldn't get it. He actually did catch that, and then he was immediately hit, coughed at the ball, and it was caught by Sofield. So that could have ended up being just a fumble recovery. But here's Conway. Flushed right, throws, and it'll be complete, but it'll be no gain maybe 1 yard at all. That was C.J. Merchant.
And again, I mean, look, to think about the Pirates again here. I mean, you look at another turnover downs this, half. If they win this game, still to see that they got 2 turnover and downs in 1 quarter, it kind of shocks other teams and says to other teams that, hey, we can beat the Mepham Pirates by this way or that way. And look, Long Beach are putting a fight in this game. It's not over.
Take a look on the near side of your field, 8-3. Long Beach might.
And I gotta say, what a huge play for this Long Beach team.
And what I was saying in the beginning, that turnovers were what was causing the Marines to be behind so much. But now they have the same amount. Right, 2?
Yeah, 2 turnovers apiece. That is correct.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 to 2 on turnovers, but still, one of those turnovers by Mepham was inconsequential. Or no, it's 3 to 3 on turnovers. Both teams have 3 apiece, and now Long Beach needs to capitalize.
Yeah, I mean these defenses are just playing phenomenal. That's really what's making this game, defense.
So the pass interference works the same way it does in college: 15 yards or a spot foul, whichever results in the less amount of yards. So we move up the Marines 15 yards. Conway looks to throw. He's gonna throw it deep. He's got a man almost.
And another passing interference play that almost happens again. I gotta say, Long Beach throwing the ball deep has been really good today. A lot of other struggles on this offense, but I gotta say, you said it before the game, Conway has a absolute throw.
He has
he has a absolute cannon of his arm that is being used so good, and these receivers are showing with their routes that they can be open on this deep threat.
Coach Moody loves to play a lot of man coverage, as does a lot of teams here in this conference, and honestly, so does Long Beach. I mean, everybody Mepham's played. It's been a man coverage league this year. As we got Conway flush right, Sofield still going. Stays in bounds, but can't stay on his feet.
That's a big gain. How many yards?
Hunter Keegan with the tackle
20.
there.
Another guy in that homecoming court. Hunter Keegan.
Yeah, Hunter Keegan coming up with a big play there to stop it, but I got to say, Sofield, I mean, he's one of the big players that Mepham had to watch out for today. He gets about a 20-yard gain on a rushing play.
So now here's Conway on first down, runs into his own man, still able to flip it to Sofield, and Sofield.
That's Keegan again.
Way to get the ball out on that play. I mean, you're getting sacked and you're able to flip it. I mean,
that's Patrick Mahomes-esque, as I like to call it. Don't know how he's able to get that off. Still, gotta get it somewhere. He's just lucky that it was able to go somewhere and.
Yeah, not be a loss of yards.
Yeah, especially if it was a backwards.
And he's on the run.
And able to be picked up by anyone as Conway flush, throws on the run once more. Jeff Conway.
Yep. Conway's going out of the pocket, but every time he's going out of the pocket, it's just like a waste of time.
He might have it here. Might have it over here with Shaquille Johnson. Looks to the right.
Big play, third down.
He's going to have to try and make something happen. Stays up and he's down.
Pushed out of bounds.
And again, Conway makes nothing come to something. And that's the type of player he is. And last second, he's going to scramble for it, and he's going to gain a few yards. But it looked like he had Miller open on an out route.
So now, looks like Mepham might be content, or excuse me, Long Beach is going to be content to let this clock run all the way down.
Yeah, I think they need the time. I mean, this could be whether they stay in the game or not. If they even go for it. It seems like they will, though, just because they need to with the timing.
So now, we'll get ready to send it down to the third member of our crew, Michaela Davey. Let's say hi to Michaela.
Thanks, guys. I'm joined with Mepham Principal, Mr. G. Martinez, and District Athletic Director, Mr. Caballero. How are you guys doing today?
Hey, Michaela, it's been a great day. I mean, the weather's perfect, and stands are packed.
Mr. D. Martinez, this is your first homecoming as Mepham Principal. How do you think it's going so far?
I think it's going amazing. It's, I heard all about the Mepham community and their school spirit, and today has proven that to me 1,000%, and couldn't be a better day.
And I know it's been a very busy day at Mepham between starting off with the PSAT, going into Pirate Fest, and now homecoming. So what do you think of the day so far?
I think the day has gone really, really well. The PSAT went well. Definitely wasn't a highlight of the day for me or any of the students, I think, but it was really well organized and went well. And then Pirate Fest and leading into the game, the energy was just, you could feel it, and it's so positive, and it's carried on into the game. We're winning.
And Mr. Caballero, what's been your favorite part of the day today?
Just the atmosphere. It's just been a wonderful day. Mr. D. Martinez and his administrative team, and Mr. Murphy, the athletic coordinator, our custodians. Everyone's done such a great job today, and the weather's been amazing. The stands are full, so it's just been excellent.
And last but not least, as District Athletic Director, how do you think the district teams are doing this fall in sports seasons?
Actually, we're having a fantastic fall season. We're approaching the postseason for soccer. I think all 6 teams at all 3 high schools have reached the postseason. We're looking forward to many of our volleyball teams also participating in the postseason, and hopefully Mepham here, if they ride this thing out, they'll also make the playoffs. So it's been a fantastic fall season thus far.
Well, thank you both for your time, and now back to you guys in the booth.
Thanks, Michaela, and we get back to game action. We'd like to congratulate the Mepham boys varsity volleyball team who won their important match against New Hyde Park.
Tie up the game at that point. That is tough.
That could happen.
That was
stands.
But they have paused the game, and it looks like there's a fan.
It looks like, and let's just go look. It's a big day in college football.
It
Here
is.
at BMB, we like to make sure that everybody is covered. So while you might be here, it's been a big day around the country. Alabama, the number 3 team, is down against Tennessee, who a couple of years ago
Unbelievable.
were unbelievably bad. Oklahoma State is leading TCU. Syracuse, who a lot of our guys here in BMB are a fan of. I know I'm rooting for.
Michigan is destroying Penn State.
Oh, that game actually has hit final. Michigan, the number 5 team, A little sloppy start.
Penn State's one of my favorite teams. And
I'm
I think every Giant fan supports Penn State for their reasons.
Yeah,
and that's
Saquon. Yeah, Saquon Barkley and Penn State. It was a close game at some point. They had picked off J.J. McCarthy, run it back to the house, but then Michigan really turned it up, 41-0 at least.
Tennessee
and Alabama
beat the
who is seeing
beating the Crimson Tide.
It's not over yet.
By 11
17 to 28.
This is unbelievable.
So who's seeing this coming? But
and look at that, Dominic Novello. I mean, passing yards. It's just so crazy. He's unbelievable, Dominic Novello, with his passing yards. He's a Nassau County leader with it. There's other guys around there, but
so get back to game action almost. But can we please with that one? That looks like it would.
Yeah.
That was C.J. Merchant, and he's coming big up on the defense. We know he's an offensive player, and we know he plays running back. Had a huge game last week against a division rival of Mepham's, which is JFK. But it's just unbelievable stuff.
Here's the next play, and they're running again. Seems like they're going to get a few yards on that play.
That'll be another short run.
And I gotta say that's what they're gonna do. It's the fourth quarter. They're looking to run this game, and look who's coming on the field, guys. Nicky Sedita, which is another running back.
The Nicky Sedita, as he likes to call him.
The junior, 11th grader. And next year, to think about it next year. I mean, this year, honestly, he's been very good today. But next year, to think that he'll be a senior.
Novello got him. That's about
big.
5 false starts on Long Beach, obviously.
But that's a huge false start to the point that they literally tackled an O-lineman. I mean, that is...
Merchant jumped. Washington jumped. I think
there was a lot of players who jumped on the false start, but I got to say, Moody, with his false starts...
Got 1, 2, 3, and down goes Dylan Honerkamp. Looks like a little bit of a flop there, but...
That gives him a first down.
It'll give him a first down.
Third and 8. You can't let that happen.
So now here's Dom Novello. He's going to be with QB keeper, second down. Right up the middle, and Dom Novello's been doing it all through the air, on the ground.
I mean, look, player of the game is going to be tough, man. I got to say, Dom Novello has been unbelievable today, but Chris Norris, too. It's going to be close who the BMB Game of the Week player of the week is. I don't know who it will be, but I got to say, Chris Norris has been on fire today. And to be honest with you, him as a running back, it's been unbelievable. Kayla, now, it's one of your first times announcing, right, or commentating a football game.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
It's exciting, When I first started, I was a little nervous, but now I've calmed down.
Right?
It's just what I see happens. It's easy for me to talk about.
I mean, it's your first time. We've been doing it for years. So for you, I feel like it's unbelievable what you're doing right now.
Chris Norris rumbling, bumbling, stumbling for a first down.
Me and Mano were probably almost worse. I mean, we were so unconfident the first time. We were the boys soccer game a few years back.
It was the girls soccer game.
I
call it the infamous freshman trio of sportscasters
Sean
game
Scott
against the Long Beach Marines.
Oh, really?
It was a playoff game, girls soccer, and
there's a few people on that. Me, you,
let's just say I was so bad.
Sean Scott, who used to be in the program, but he's a big Mepham soccer player now.
So now, guess who just won up of what's happened? It's been I want to call it the Mepham track game because all of the Mepham track athletes have been showing up today. Chris Norris has been excellent on the air and has been creating huge disruptions on defense. Dominic Inzarella has had a pick 6, and that was what jump-started Mepham, getting them off to a 28-0 lead. And since Long Beach has scored, courtesy of a Shaquille Johnson 18-yard touchdown reception, as Novello takes one on second down for a short gain of 5. But this has been a homecoming of course, we had your festivities of the homecoming court, Dimitri and Cameron.
I heard about that.
You heard about that?
I heard about that.
Congratulations.
It's a rough loss, I know.
Yeah, I am not.
Sorry about that.
I am not at all. I am not at all, man. I'm actually really proud for Dimitri and Cameron and both of them. Both
that
of
was
them
nice.
have excellent character. Cameron's been in my AP capstone classes, sophomore and junior year. I've known Dimitri for a long time now. Both of them are excellent people and well deserving of this honor. And I also did say it on the morning announcement, so we can blame the Mano curse. So here's Chris Norris. He's been excellent today. Was an early candidate for player of the game.
So how so far has the Dominic Novello impact come into play so far today?
I mean, he's been taking away Long Beach's best player, Jack Scarron. We were saying it's going to be on defense. Or when Mepham's on defense, it's going to be 2 on 44 the entire time. And Novello has neutralized Scarron to, I don't think he's gotten a touch all game, let alone a target. And that is really what's been the difference, because if it had gone differently and Novello had gotten beat multiple times so we got a false start.
Just from my knowledge, Scarron is usually like #1 in receiving and touchdowns and everything. So for them to be able to cover him that well is just great job for Mepham Pirates.
Looks like Mepham's going to move back a little bit.
That's what Dom Novello does. And at this point on the false start, 7 minutes remain. And you could really think Long Beach could use the turnover and fast, and if they can get one, I wouldn't consider this game necessarily over, especially considering how fast Mepham turned the tide. We were at the Garden City game last week. That game could have very easily gone differently if it weren't for a couple of calls. And Moody drops it.
They're saying incomplete, but he didn't have control of the ball.
That's just devastating. And normally Mulqueen's one of the most sure-handed guys on the team. As I'm out there all the time watching their practice while I'm working out, and Mulqueen is usually one of the guys who drops nothing. It's been the opposite today. It's really been a game for him to really not been his strongest game outside of that long touchdown resembling the Cuccinello to the house play. I got another one of them.
Wait, he had one of those?
Pretty much the exact same play.
Did you say Mulqueen to the house?
I did, and it was pretty much the exact same play that Cuccinello scored, just to the opposite end zone.
Is it good enough to be used for future?
Possibly.
Okay.
I hope so. I think
all that matters. Ooh,
so. Priola.
Don't touch him.
Don't touch that one. All the way inside the 2 to the 1.
Wow, that's really unfortunate.
A perfect punt by Priola. You don't see that all the time.
I don't really get more perfect than that one. I'm not.
Time left, so they got to make some big moves right here. Can't afford a turnover. Anything.
Now on first down, here's Conway.
It's an intimidating front 7 that they got.
Absolutely, with Ryan Thier. They're going to bring a blitz. Conway throws quickly. It's complete to Miller. Miller shoves off a guy and steps out of bounds at the 8-yard line, and that's where Long Beach will pick up on second down.
It's a risky play to run at the 1-yard line if it's especially a pass, and you can cause a safety with possibly, but Long Beach O-line holds up and gets somewhat of a good game.
That's that's an identical play to what Dom Inzarella picked off and took to the house. It was just flipped, so Inzarella was on the opposite side of the field.
Yeah, and that play stopped the clock by going out of bounds, so that was a good job by Jack by being able to.
Looks like a trip. And both players, Malloy and Miller, tripped on each other. Excuse me, Hartman and Malloy tripped on each other. So now it'll be a huge 3rd down and 4 for the Marines, and you don't want to ever call it over, but this one you need to, otherwise it might be.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a crucial 3rd down play. Trips right might be the smart way to go here, but we'll see. Long Beach is taking a long time also with this play call. Nope, there goes the O-line sprinting for the.
They know the play clock is winding down. Here's Conway now. On a crucial 3rd down, they run a QB draw. He's still going. Conway.
Looks like he's not going to get there.
He's short. The line to gain was the 11. Looks like he got to the 10.
That's another risky play call there, too. QB keeper in 3rd and a little longer. That's pretty risky there.
Well, I know, Q, I told you before the game, with the impression that you would be here, because we know we had that whole debacle of your game getting moved.
Don't remind me.
Yeah.
The Marines now need 2 yards to keep this drive going and not turn it over back to the Mepham Pirates. So. Did he get it?
QB sneak, and the pile is pushed.
Definitely got that.
Yeah, definitely. To the 12 first down Marines. They're going to say short. No, they're going to, move the chains. Move the chains.
First down, Marines.
Marines are moving slowly and quietly, but they're moving.
Slowly
but
surely.
Is it too late? Is it too late?
It's never too late. Once that horn sounds, it sounds.
On first down.
Shotgun high snap.
High snap. Conway's going to unload down the field. Hartman incomplete.
Just didn't look like a pretty ball at all once it was thrown up in the air. Coverage was way too good. That's not a smart read there.
But Mepham, Mepham's been giving Conway a lot of one-on-one, daring Conway to throw deep. He has, and just we'll say look at the scoreboard to see how that has necessarily gone for Long Beach. They've gotten a lot of big completions, hasn't resulted in points. A lot of costly turnovers, costly fourth down plays. And this could have very easily been a winnable game for Long Beach. They minimized the mistakes is really what it came down to.
I mean, yeah, definitely there's always going to be mistakes in this sport. It's a fixable thing in just every sport, especially in this sport. And with the team that just limited Garden City pretty well for most part of the game without a few big weapons, I would be a little scared to face this team.
And this one will be complete to Selfield, bounces off a tackle, reaches the ball, not close to a first down, excuse me. But he'll get it out to the 20.
That was a nice voice crack there, Matt.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, and this could have been a closer game if they didn't let them score right before halftime.
The reckless kickoff by the muff on the kickoff by, if I'm not mistaken, Sofield? Bueller. And the muff fumble that resulted in a Pirates touchdown in the very next play. That was the turning point. We could have had a ball game and a half if that had not happened.
Third down again.
Take a shot. Scared. Almost intercepted by Novello.
Perfect coverage there from Dom. You can't really get much better than that coverage-wise. Now it's going to be 4th and 4 from their own 17, but it's one you got to go for.
This is not the situation Long Beach wants to be in. Another crucial 4th down. I mean, they got to keep moving.
And they're 0 for forget it at this point on 4th down, like 0 for 3. So Long Beach now, this is pretty intimidating and almost a dead giveaway of a run to the right. So now, what do you think Mepham's going to line up defensively, Sean?
Same thing they literally just ran. Why would you change anything now?
Well,
Long Beach can run with the same 2 weapons on both outside, and Mepham's just going to have that middle linebacker core, run a 3-4, I believe, as they have.
They run a 4-3.
And just give 4-3, and just give cushion to the secondary.
Absolutely. Let your big linebackers make all the plays, develop Keegan and Fear. So at this point in the game, this is a crucial stop Mepham needs to make. Looks like that Fear being tended to by the athletic trainers. As get back to game action on a crucial 4th down play.
And here we go, they're lining up.
Now 4th down.
Here's the game here.
Yep, pretty much. Conway is going to throws it. It's caught by Miller.
And
Miller
he's still
searching
going.
for a block, can't get it. Tackled by Novello at the 36.
Well, now you go hurry up. Same exact unit. If you're Long Beach, same playbook.
Same play, quick play. Just give me a color and a number. Let's check the play card on the wrist and just go.
What a catch! I mean,
they go quick. It's almost the same play into triple coverage. Keegan broke it up.
He almost got that in with his one hand, but it didn't.
That's in the terms of football world a hospital pass.
Yeah.
You do not throw it in between 3 guys.
That was the definition of a hospital pass. And Devin Green had Miller caught that, was ready to deliver a soul-crushing hit. Devin Green got him! And this one's going to be a touchdown! Luke Hartman all the way to the house.
What a play.
What a play indeed. A 64-yard strike from Conway to Hartman. And ladies and gentlemen, it might not be over just yet.
Conway just threw an absolute laser, and
I mean,
that can't get more perfect.
They needed points, and they needed to do it in a small amount of time, and that's exactly what they did. They threw the ball down the field, and they connected for the touchdown.
The air horns are out, and the Marine faithful is loud. And now it's a two-possession game, and I gotta ask Q, does Long Beach go onside here?
Yeah. Of
Well, I
course
mean,
you do. Or you go squib.
Or you go squib, yeah, up the middle. Force
like they
Mepham to run.
Seems
and
like
at
they
this
have to.
point in the game, if you feel any sort of pressure if you're Mepham,
Oh,
as that
blocked
one's blocked,
And that's it.
that's crushing.
Yeah.
There goes all your momentum.
I mean, say they even did score another 2 touchdowns, they need to go for 2 and get 2. So, I mean,
so
that was big.
So now get the hands unit on the field, all your receivers, all your receivers, all your tight ends, and Dom Novello, because Dom Novello, get him on the field.
Because Dom Novello.
Yes. And Dom Novello, because Dom Novello, get him on the field, get your hands unit on. Everyone here is expecting an onside kick, and while we wait for that decision, we have breaking news in the world of professional sports that we would love to announce because we're Mets fans. The Atlanta Braves, the reigning champion, go down in 4 to the 6th seed Phillies, losing.
4.
Yeah.
Down to 4. Wait, it's best of 5.
Yeah, it's best of
down
5.
Down to 3.
They weren't swept.
Yeah, but
It
3
was-
nothing.
Or no,
Not
it
4
was. No, it was they go down in 4 games. They lose to the Phillies 8-3. Their season ends, and they have no right to talk. And now their fans have no right to talk because they have won the same amount of games in the postseason as the Mets.
Matt Meadows' homecoming is now complete.
Yes.
All right. Well, looks like here comes kicking. Onside kick. Which side? The side with Chris Norris, or the side with Dominic Novello and Nick Walker? But with not as much backup help. No, they're gonna move Norris to the middle. That's a smart move by them.
Norris moves over.
One thing Long Beach has done really well this quarter is keeping them to not scoring. I mean, Mepham seemed on fire earlier, and they have not been scoring except for that first drive when they got the ball. So
now
here's the kick.
So it is an onside kick, and it's going to go past 10 yards, but recovered by Malloy. A huge recovery there. Novello missed it.
It was close. It was loose for a bit, but Mepham got on top of it.
That is a huge play. That's probably game-saving by Danny Malloy.
And what's the timeout count now for Long Beach?
2. 2 timeouts. A game-saving play, seemingly, by Daniel Malloy. Probably the first major mistake by Dom Novello all season as he lets the onside kick pass right by him. It had gone 10 yards, so it could have been recovered by Long Beach. And Malloy, and this is why football's a team sport. Malloy is right there, able to save him.
Look at this. They leave it Dom at quarterback. That's telling a lot.
And
telling them Mepham feels the pressure.
Yep, they're not done yet.
It seems like Long Beach is going to have to use their timeouts either here or next time there's a ball. So
They go to Sedina now. Novello is a lead blocker, and this one's he's going to be stood up for a major loss.
Second down, Pirates.
So they're going to let the clock run.
This is questionable clock management by Long Beach unless you're going to intend on using your timeouts.
If you can force a 4 and out here and you still have 2 timeouts, you're in a really good spot. So it's not actually the worst move. But here, I mean,
but you're still letting
Dom's the lead blocker, but all he saw was 2 tacklers and came in a little too late there.
Yep. And that's why you got to let. It looked like it was more of an option play where Novello had the option to pitch or not.
That's like the option.
And and Novello probably could have waited longer to pitch it so he had time to get out in front of Sedita and block.
Yep,
now
there
Novello's
it is.
on a keeper. Able to get back to where the original line of scrimmage was. Setting up 3rd and 10, and now
big 3rd down.
There's your timeout by Long Beach.
Smart.
Absolutely a smart play. So now on 3rd and 10, you got to run here. Well, that's rather obvious.
3rd and 11 to go. It's going to be 3rd and 11 to go, and, I mean, just chew up clock.
And Long Beach having to take that timeout on that 4th down play really is just, it's not good because they would have had 2 timeouts right now and they could have used them, but instead they only have 1.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So now,
I mean, man, if you're Coach Moody right now, what are you telling your team? What are you telling the offense right now?
get the first down at all costs. Like,
it's pretty smart.
Well, that is
besides that.
No, fight for every yard is what I'm. That's my That was really what my message. Like, I had an underlying message. Like, at all costs, meaning every yard is precious here. Like, if Mepham gets you, if Mepham is able to get to a 4th and 1, Moody's gonna go for it. We know him too well. We know him too well at this point. His aggressive play calling style at this point. He will go for it on 4th and 1. And in the event he gets it, you're in victory formation basically after one more first down.
Very much.
So
not enough time for them to score twice. I mean.
Well, there is enough time if Long Beach can get a
yeah,
stop
I meant
here.
if they let them get the first down. So
while we wait, we have more self-promotion. Finn and I had a long deliberation on whether or not Chipotle is better than Moe's, and we settled on the fact that it is.
Did you also deliberate on how you pronounce Chipotle?
Oh my God!
Chipotle.
Oh, get over. You need to get over it. It's nobody knows the true pronunciation. And so now a huge 3rd down and 11.
Might be the down keeper here. Yup.
Bell's throwing on 3rd down.
Whoa.
Or he might take it into contact. Incomplete, intended for Mo Queen.
It's not a terrific play call. I mean, I see the vision of it because Mo Queen is wide open against open coverage, but passing off 3rd and 11 when he just wants to clock.
Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, it stops the clock. It's great for Long Beach.
Yeah, but before we call out the play call and I'm sorry, I'm just way too impressed by that.
Looks like we got some.
These quarterbacks, both of them, I mean, they've been playing very well.
Yeah, Long Beach wants something for substitution, for illegal substitutions. Mepham also isn't able to get a kicking ball in.
They needed the kicking ball.
They needed the specific kicking ball. Oh, I see. That's why. I think that's why yesterday, why Coach Mazika wanted me to put the ball down, because that was the kicking ball that me and Aiden Dunleavy were having to catch on the sidelines with.
God.
Please hope. Let's.
Spiral.
They got
probably looking like a helicopter.
They got a kicking ball. Thankfully, we do not have a case of the lost kicking ball. So now Priola almost blocked.
That might be a fantastic.
Still going, and look at Kevin Perry is able to down it on the 1 again. Back-to-back punts on the 1.
And not going into the end zone. I mean, that's just incredible.
Ryan Thier and Kevin Perry, the effort there. Perry keeps it in play, and Thier downs it at the 1. Now
Conway did it once. Can he do it twice?
Possibly. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And now here's Long Beach creeping on the door. A touchdown and an onside kick, and we have a ball game on homecoming.
This punt is absolutely perfect, and
It's
they had
almost
3
blocked.
guys fingertips away. My God, we got 2 looks at that.
Instead of having the ball maybe on the 50, now the ball is all the way on your 1.
Yup.
It's a field position game when these games get close, and having a guy like John Marco Briola in your corner can turn the tide.
Here comes Conway now.
Passing out of the end zone.
You're going to have one-on-one. They're going to go
Going
deep.
for it.
And they got the one-on-one. It looks like it's a pick.
Is it a pick?
It might have been. Mulqueen's got it.
Yup.
Mepham's got it, and now it's got to be victory formation for the Pirates.
That was a very good ball too, by the way. That's one of those balls you put up in the air and you say to your receiver, "I trust you." And I mean, he did. Look at that.
And it looked like both of their hands were on the ball. I mean, it was close.
And that was
Defense came up with the play. That's what they needed.
It's a huge play. So look, Mulqueen just takes it away from, of all people, Jack Scarin, who we had been talking about as the X factor for Long Beach, their best player. The one play that Dom Novello's not on Scar, they go to him, and he gets beat. And Mulqueen comes up with a huge Interception.
And look at the formation now they have on offense. The 3 running back field.
I mean, Long Beach had a chance to come back in that game, and they were close, but now it just seems like then.
Here's Spear, taking it 4 yards. Looks like it'll be 2nd and 6. And now you just let this one run down.
I mean, what a comeback, though, for Long Beach to be able to score twice, you know, after being down 28-0. I mean,
They definitely showed their heart, showed their the fight in them. And it's
If they pick up the first,
that would be officially victory
you
formation.
kneel.
Then you kneel, and then we debate over who's player of the game until and then the control room disagrees with us, because that is what always happens when I have unique ideas of who's player of the game.
Shout out to everyone.
Shout out to everyone in the control room.
Oh,
honestly,
he might be short.
He might have been, yeah.
No, I think he got a little bit too much push. I think he got a little bit too much of a push.
And
Nope.
it's gonna be 4th down. So what do you do?
That's smart.
Long Beach taking. Yeah, that is very smart. What do you do here? Because
You're in field goal range. I mean,
Yeah, kick.
G's been kicking very well this whole season.
he's got the wind at his back as well.
I think John Marco, you'll see.
You send him out.
Kick him. If not, then you'll see Dom Novello, the QB keeper.
Yeah, you'll run the QB. You'll run the QB power with Dom Novello, or you run the, or you let John Marco kick. If you let John Marco kick, it's the same scenario. Or no, it would make it a 3-possession game, and that would pretty much end it. So it's either you let John Marco kick and potentially ice the game, or you let Novella, or you put the game on your quarterback's shoulders, and if that goes successfully, you end the game. Which would you what do you think would be a more advantageous option for Mepham? What do you think would be more likely?
So close.
It's close, honestly. It would be the ball is on the third. This would be a 46-yard try from Priola. So
46.
I feel like you might have to go for it. I mean,
you might.
The way this coach has been playing, he
And they
seems like
surely
he's not
are.
afraid to be taking risks. He's
are.
throwing deep plays. Yeah.
We've been waiting to see Priola kick a field goal. Now, they could also just be trying.
Yeah, draw offsides here.
Yeah, and then you let John Marco kick if that doesn't happen.
I wouldn't do that. I would just. This should be QB keeper up the gut.
They snap it with 1 second left.
It is
on the
4th
play
and 3, so maybe not
Tell-
up the gut, but
yeah.
definitely handoff.
And Coach Martin in the huddle tells your guys in the defense, do not.
it
And
is.
they are going for it.
There's
Bello,
the blockers.
Left side, he has the blockers.
Oh!
He's got the first down.
So
Out of
close.
bounds.
They almost
Across
had
the
him
30.
stopped.
Novello, you said it right, Kayla. They almost had him.
They almost did, but he got past and went out of bounds, and they got the first, and that should be the game.
Should be. It'll stop the clock with 1:20, but now it'll just looks like it's going to be victory formation.
Yep.
So now we got it. Now it's finally time to debate the player of the game. I really wish we had Finn with us up in the booth. He unfortunately is not. He had left. He is, I would assume, up in the control room. So I'm the only one here who's seen this full game alongside Kayla, but I think both of us can agree that it is most likely, as Mepham kneels down, most likely going to be Chris Norris is our player of the game, I feel.
Yeah.
My boy Norris?
I think Norris.
Let's go, Chris.
Yes. The Mepham community supporting the Mepham community, Mepham athlete supporting Mepham athlete, volleyball, football, of course. You got Chris. I think Chris Norris is our player of the game. We'll see if the control room agrees, because last year they were not in agreement with me most of the time.
I mean, I'd have to agree with you. He just made some big plays from the Mepham Pirates, and that's what the game is, you know.
He played with an ankle sprain, too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
A huge ankle sprain.
So that is going to put a gift ref on a stellar homecoming, our first normal homecoming in a while. Coach Moody's squad gets a huge 28-13 win over Long Beach. That is going to be a statement win for these Mepham Pirates.
Kayla, I'm going to give you the opportunity. Would you like to promote your show, Good Morning Wave?
Okay.
Why not?
I mean,
we do cold reads all the time. Why not?
It's just like the school, like, plays in the morning for the students. Yeah, I mean, it's on YouTube if anyone wants to look it up.
Good Morning Wave from Long Beach is available on their YouTube. And our next game is not boys volleyball, it's girls volleyball.
You scare
and
me.
then it's Sean McQuillan and the boys volleyball team the week after.
Oh my God, senior nights in a week. That's
So the Long Beach Marines are now going to stay in 3, right? And the Mepham Tigers are now 2nd, so this is a big
Pirates.
game.
So now we talk about how this reflects in the standings. Long Beach has a 66 winning percentage now, moving to 4-2. Mepham will gain 6 power points. They now have 130.66 or something along those lines. Long Beach loses to a team with a winning percentage of about 17.5. So who have lost 17.5% of their games. So we assume that. So now Long Beach loses 1.76 or 66 power points. It's weird decimals. Yes, it's your winning percent. If you win, you get the opposing team's winning percentage plus your opposing team's winning percentage like times 10.
I see Bree on the move. She's looking for a player of the game.
And they have called Dom DeVello player of the game.
I think she gets even Mulqueen.
Nope, they're getting Mulqueen.
Both Mulqueen and Dom.
Oh, we're getting two. And no sighting of Chris Norris. He must have avoided the cameras. Norris is very camera shy. I don't blame him. But he's player of the game in my book. So now, once they're ready, we'll see if Michaela's ready for Dom and for Mulqueen. But it's almost ready. So send it down to our co-players of the game, Dominic Novello and Stephen Mulqueen.
Thanks, guys. I'm down here with BMB's player of the game today, Dom Novello and Stephen Mulqueen. So how do you guys think the game went today?
The game went good in the first half. I mean, second half, we didn't really put too many points up on the board, which wasn't the best. But, I mean, the first half, we came out strong, and we came over top.
And what were your keys going into this game today?
Mostly just coverage on the other team's receivers. And we knew that they threw the ball a lot, and we really emphasized our corners at practice.
And you guys both had some fantastic plays today. I know, Dom, your run up the field, Mulqueen, your interception. What was going through your mind about both those plays?
I was just making sure I'm running fast enough so nobody could catch me, you know. But both of our plays were super important. But, I mean, the team chemistry overall, that was the most important. Winning as a team and coming out over top, definitely.
And what is your goals for the team, obviously, with playoffs coming up? What are your goals?
I think it is get revenge on Garden City and I guess make it the Hofstra again.
Well, thank you both for your time. Great game today. Now up to Finn and Ryan in the studio.
See you guys.
Hello and welcome to the post-game show up here in the studio. I'm here with Finnegan Corcoran-Doolin. And a big thank you to Michaela for doing that interview, and a big thank you to junior Stephen Mulqueen, and a big thank you to senior Dom Novello, his last homecoming here at Mepham. Yep. And congrats on being BMB player of the games.
Yeah, big game for Dom Novello. I mean, look, he's Mepham's quarterback. Mepham's, almost STEM in a way. He's the leader. And against Stephen Mulqueen, had a great game too. He had a pick 6 early. I'm sorry, that wasn't Stephen Mulqueen, but he still had a touchdown. He had a great game. He was great at DB. He was great at wide receiver, and it was just all in all a good game. I commentated the first half and the third quarter. We also had a newly commentator, Kayla, who was from Long Beach. She does the Wave over there. It was her first time on the commentating. I think she had a lot of fun. So obviously Matt Mano and Sean McQuillan too, which was awesome for him to commentate in the end after he won against New Hyde Park, 3-1 for the Mepham volleyball team.
To basically secure a playoff spot for varsity boys volleyball.
Yep.
And once again, this was a great win for Mepham. A big congratulations to Mr. Moody on his first head coach win for homecoming. And once again, a big crucial win, maybe to secure a playoff spot for Mepham.
Well, that's the 5th win for the Pirates. They go 5-1, and thank you very much. I've been Finnegan Corcoran-Doolin.
And I've been Ryan Marr, and thank you for watching BMB Game of the Week.